stream. Start video transmission. And I think that means it is good to go. Hey, it's coming online. Hey, it's working. It's working. Can I move that chat? It's very annoying right there. Anyway, back to this portion. Welcome back to my Empire at War playthrough. My name is Raincloud. We'll be doing... It's not working on my phone for some reason. Oh, there. Now it's working now. So, hey. Oh, I left the Bluetooth on. So, it's making noise. Let's turn that noise off because we don't need that. I have done that like every time I started this up. Welcome to the Empire at War playthrough. I am Raincloud. We are doing a playthrough of the Awakening of the Rebellion mod pack. As I sit here and talk about anything and everything Star Wars and Galactic Civil War related. Let's go and load this sucker up. I have a sticky note that says to do ISD. Alright, and so I have to remember to do that. I have forgotten to make it full screen, so it looks kind of funky. We can get that changed here in a second. Go ahead and fix the lighting. Lighting's a bit awkward. There we go. There we go. While we wait for it to load in. Hello, everybody. How's your Saturday? Hope it's going great. I feel much better than I did last time. Hopefully the energy stays kaput and stays where it's supposed to be. A little bit of hot cocoa to keep everything washed down. You're taking a minute to load. I do have a new addition to my collection, which is this really cool glass that has a Stormtrooper helmet on it that I will be using this afternoon, evening, nighttime-ish, whatever time it is. For you guys, it's 7 o'clock for me. And we're wrecking the game. I need to fix this real... doesn't look good. Why are we frozen? Okay, we're still frozen. We're good. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Everything's fine. It's all fine here. It's all fine, dandy. Smells like roses. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, fix the video real quick. Gain more planets than I lose today. That is a challenge that I bet I will lose. I bet I will fail that challenge. My goal is to build a Star Destroyer because I remember that being a concern was I need to build more Star Destroyers, but I can't build Star Destroyers. I have to tech up to build Star Destroyers. And we're going. Okay, I need to pause. I need to hit the buttons. Hit the buttons. Turn everything back on and go back to Kuwait because that's where I had the research, I think. Did I have the research build on Kuwait? I want Star Destroyers. I still don't have Star Destroyers. Okay, maybe I wasn't built. Oh, what's over here? There's the thingamabopper. It's on an axis. I need... So what else do I need to build Star Destroyers? Before I do anything else and we do anything story related, what do I need to build a Star Destroyer? I think I have it. I just need money. Okay, the Empire needs your money. Somebody give me money. Need money. People give me money. I think I have to wait for that space tech to upgrade again. That's probably what I'm trying to do. Okay, back to what else we were trying to do. We had come down through here. Ilum has changed. What? How the heck? Who wants Ilum? Why do you want Ilum? Wow. Oh, look, there's Jeddah. We need to blow that up. Not all of it, just part of it. Hey, look, Jakku! Let's go back to Jakku. Nobody wants to go back to Jakku. Why does everybody want to go back to Jakku? Whoa, something just exploded. Gazanti freighter has been neutralized by an enemy passive operations agent on Coruscant. Excuse me, you know how expensive those things are? I don't want to build anymore. No more. I'm not building anything else yet. We need to wait before I build any more of those. I will have to build more, though. You jerk. I'm assuming that is a rebel thing. It's probably a Black Sun thing. That's... Oh, I made money. The week is up. Can I build a Star Destroyer? I can build a Star Destroyer. Build one, get one free. Is that what I remember? Is it build one, get one free? Oh, I also need to build a factory. Large... Oh, that's right. I was working on that over here somewhere. Geez, so much of the Empire is just doing basic logistical stuff. Do you have a factory? Excuse you? Oh, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. You should not have come this far inland. That is also, however, entirely my fault. Is there anything important here? It's just a space station. Welsers. It's kind of unfortunate. I kind of am like, hi, Tyler. Tyler's back. The person outside of Scarab that says the most to me. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great Saturday. I'm about to get completely thrashed by the Black Sun. Don't worry, Darth Vader will come back. He'll fix this, right? Vader will fix it. Vader fixes everything. Where are we at? Brental 4 was a planet in the Brental system of the core world's Bormia sector. Occupied a valuable location, entire galaxy, intersection of the Hadean Way and the Perlemian Wowzers. Trade route. Okay, that's an important place. That's a very important place. Hello, galaxy. Ooh, what's this? What do we have here? What is this? What is this? What are you? I can't do anything with you. What are you? You have turbo lasers? Heh, they've got guns. Good for you, buddy. Alright, oh, is that a population center? I don't think it's a real one. I think it's just, okay, it's just a showcase. Okay, good. Good. Do we not have reinforcements on this one? Do we not have people come and help? Okay, good. It's a victory too. Yay! We got all those fighters up here. No, the station doesn't have to come up here. Just give me the fighters. Ooh, a carrier. I like carriers. They're pretty squishy. Yeah, that's one thing I have not added to the Bolivar fleet. Or the Baxel fleet is any escort carriers. I don't remember seeing any of those on the formation lists. Because I've been trying to go off of some of the canonical ship formations. And I don't remember seeing a carrier in any of those. Which is par for the course. I mean, the Empire wasn't super great with carriers. You are the Blacksmith Star Galleon Frigate. Hello. Hello, friend. What do you do? Except fly away from the camera and make him look goofy. Carrot Cruiser. Oh, hey, little buddy. I completely misuse you all the time in this version. You are not a anti-fighter ship. I thought there were anti-fighter ships in the original base game, but I could be incorrect. Alright, let's get the bombers up here. Let's get them fighters. Screen. We only have 4 fighters. 5. We got 5 fighters. We do have a TIE Interceptor squad, though. We'll pull this guy back. He'll be important. Alright, looks like there's... Are there 2 Venators? This is not good for this group. Alright, let's speed things up a little bit. Let's bring them into firing range. Our goal is to just do damage until the fleet gets here. Their Carrack does. How many ions does a Carrack have? All right, let's look at the Carrack's lineup here. She's got 1,500 shields, 2,000 hull, low acceleration, speed 350. Turn very high, sensor range 2,000, max range 1,500, ideal range 1,500. Turbo, 10 ties, ion barrage. That's fun. I'm not 100% confident on what the here Scarab. You can tell me what the light is it light turbo laser? 6 light turbo laser and 6. I don't know what is it. Ion cannon, turbo ion cannon, light ion cannon. I bet that's what it stands for. I should know this stuff. Do I? Are you guys gonna come and fight me or not? Come here. The heck are you? Wait, are you a Bothan? Is that one of those Bothan ships? Oh no, that's not what that is at all. Hello. You stop disappearing. I want to read you. Gosh dang it. I want to read what you are. Stop disappearing so I can read what you are. Hello. Alright, you are a Kandazi Dreadnought. You look fun. That's such a Star Wars-y design, too. I love that. I love how the Star Wars designs, a lot of the ships have this longer, like, kind of like the Halo ship designs where you have a bunch of engines and then you have a bunch of guns. In the Halo versions, they're all, the UNSC ships are all built around a Mac cannon, which is why they have that long, skinny design. And it's a functional design, right? This is a design you would build to do that specific combat with. And a lot of the Starship designs, like in Star Wars, some of them miss that. Most of these, like what's in this group, do a pretty good job. The Venator does a good job. My only problem with the Venator, I love it. It should be a carrier. It should not be a ship of the fleet. It should not be a ship of the line. It should be a standard carrier. Unless you have the models that have been upgraded by, like, Anakin, who didn't really build, installed lasers from ground platforms onto the ships to make them more powerful. Because they lack ship-to-ship capabilities. They are a carrier for... I'm getting completely sidetracked. Okay. Let's get ourselves beat up here. Target the Acclimator. Let's do something impressive here. There we go. Get those bombers on the Acclimator. I love the Acclimators. Jeez, this Acclimator's fast. Look at this boy run. Somebody get his engines. Take out his engines. There's all those fighters. Wait, that Dreadnought doesn't have shields. Hold up. Does this Dreadnought not have shields? Because I haven't taken those out yet. It's unshielded. Oh, whoa. Oh, it's a Mandalorian design. That's why it looks familiar. Still usable conditions and can still threaten modern capital ships with diverse weapon loadouts. They are most effectively used to tank incoming damage whilst just not damage at close range. It's unshielded. Interesting. Wouldn't you like to be in an unshielded starship? Especially in the Star Wars galaxy. Hey, we're going to put you in an unshielded ship. Good luck. By the way, we've been fighting... I mean, it's the Mandalorians. Like, we've been fighting everybody forever. But... you don't get shields. You don't get shields. You just have to fight this. Hey, it looks like we might be able to take out the Acclimator. We'll do something. Hey, there's the jerk. You are going to be targeted, good sir. Known as Patches due to blue molting of his skin, half human, half alien, regarded as one of the most vicious associates of the Black Sun criminal organization. Interceptor frigate Patches cut. Yeah, well, we're going to blow that up one of these days. You're going to get caught, Patches. No, my victory too. Go ahead, come on, someone get that Acclimator. Alright, we got the Acclimator, we're good. What is your vision for player shops and GCW? So, shops are one of those things that, to this day, I'm still not 100% sure on. Because, on one hand, I would love for the shops to be this... You can kill that, can't you? Like, player-run shops would be the... Yeah, start asking questions. Hi, new person, other person. You don't have to wait for Tyler to ask questions. He asks almost all the questions, and then my this Philip Scarab normally throws in a bunch of really deep questions. No, the carrier's dead. Goodbye, carrier. We all knew that was going to happen. Anyway, player-run shops. What I foresee in the future, especially with Perla, is having the ability for them to come in. Existing shops come in like before, not before the event, but come in at the start of the event. They're kind of already known, able to set up at the very early stages of the event, and then just sell items. But I want them to be part of the economy. I want it to feel like a shop. Right? Feel like, okay, we're out of ships. We'll just speed this up. I want them to be able to maintain a business level, but have that feeling of they're in the Star Wars galaxy. So you have to deal with the Empire. You have to deal with the Hutts. You have to deal with things like getting your shipments out there. That kind of stuff. I would like for it to be more of a story thing as well. I feel like we haven't been able to tap into that. But it is definitely difficult to tap into the story element of shops because they're busy. You don't want to overload the shops. Okay, you sit right there. All right, Vader, how much do you have with you? Not a ton. We could pull back just for some real smashing power. Let's do it. They broke one of my things. We're hitting back. How long are you going to take, though, is the real question. Because what I could do is I could do this. Try to catch... Gosh darn it. Will you stop touching my things? What are you touching? You snuck on the ground somewhere. Oh! Hi. I remember not liking you. Yeah, she's got that gunship thing. Where are you beating me up at? Where are you being a pill at? Planetary Agamar. Not Agmar. This is not Lord of the Rings. Really? In front of my Arquentins? In front of my Arquentins, you're gonna do this. I have my doubts. Ah! You're that rebel. That rebel. June. I've never even attempted to pronounce that last name because I have zero clue how to, and I'm terrible with names anyway. I'm just calling you Lieutenant June. What surprised you most in your time with GCW? People's creativity. Let's be honest with that. The ability for people to make things like costumes and props. I don't have that ability, and so it's really cool to see other people's things. Like our first event, Back to Droids, right? This is still my favorite Back to Droid design that we've done. I've recently got the schematics to make these, and I am probably going to try. It won't be done at this point for Bolivar, unfortunately, because I'm very slow at building stuff because I'm not good at it. But seeing people's costumes and props is just really cool. Things like the stuff we used to have for the leather workers. Unfortunately, the leather working shop is not going to be there at this event. So unfortunately, people aren't going to get these. But this was an item that players are able to purchase and just was being made. That's awesome. Other props and stuff, I don't have very many else here. Stuff like this. Liana made this. There's going to be a lot of these to find on the field and turn in. Like, that's the coolest part to me, is that. And the other surprising part is the fact that we're doing what we're doing. That people do actually want to do the type of event here that we've been putting on. It's a type of event that, had you told me when I was a child that this was an event, Galactic Civil War was an event series that was possible, I would have been there. Like, immediately, I would have been there. That would have been what I would have wanted to play. Excuse me. Unfortunately, of course, the locals are allied against us. Come on, let's get those free stormtroopers out. Let's just build a ton. I want to try to build as many turrets as possible, just to make them pay. No, I've lost my train of thought. Where was I? What was I talking about? I was talking about... Oh, the event. Right. Brain just went... Another... Seeing people's costumes and stuff are really cool. Seeing people that want to play this type of game just tickles me. Unfortunately, I don't get a chance to really play because I do... Am I out of money? I'm out of money. Well, there went my defense plan. I'm out of money. Oh no! Find some civilians' homes and blow them up. We're the Empire. Be the Empire. Where are you going, Stanley? That's the coolest part to me. The fact that we already have, I think it's 140 tickets for Echo's Resolve. Ooh, there's a bunker we can hook up in there. That's probably the second most surprising thing to me, is there's actually interest outside of like one or two. Who have you located? civilians? They're traitors. Kill the civilians. The traitors. Traitor civilians. Eliminate them for the Empire. Alright, get your butts over there. You guys sit up in there. We're gonna need help. It's pronounced husky? Oh. June Husky. I like that. Alright, so how did you come up with your name for your character? As Husky. Is that like your regular airsoft call sign or something? That's always kind of a fun story. Is like, how did you get your name? For some people just looked up a cool name and went with it. Other people are like, oh, there's a whole story behind the name. All right, let's speed this up because we all know we're not gonna sit up here. Get over there. Ooh, defenses. I should have made anti. Oh, I did make anti-vehicle. Whoops. Oh well. Is your call sign spelled weird? Yeah, that's one way to do it. Found you, suckers. Kyle Katarn! Target him, boys! I don't expect you to try to succeed, but kill him if you can. I really wish the controls for the camera at that angle were a lot better. What are the cameras for this one are? Ooh, that looks better. Get him, boys! It's Kyle Katarn. Shoot him a couple times. He'll go down eventually. What's his anti-armor, demolitions, covert? Detonator... Effective against infantry. Yay. I guess he's not a... Interesting. Is that a grenade? Did you just chuck a grenade at that man? Was that your last act? Look at those cheeky rebels. Wait, is he running? Is he running? He's running. Okay, he's not running anymore. Get in there. I think I get another free squad of you guys, so you guys do something. Are you guys not within range? Of course you guys aren't within range. Alright, get out. We're sending you because that's all I've got. I have done very poor in defending people. I've been trying to get to the Baxel sector so bad that I am losing all kinds of stuff. But that's okay. It's the Emperor's resources, not mine. I'm just part of it. Budget and laws of nature aside, what's one thing you wish you could implement into from Star Wars into the events? I'd pick one thing. It would be really cool to implement the ability to do stuff with space combat in the game. Anything that would make the event feel bigger. Hey, stop shooting. Is this the Governor's Palace? Don't you shoot the Governor's Palace. Oh dear. How did you guys get so many units down here? How? I had an Arquins. How did you guys get so many people here? It would be really cool to implement. I like doing anything that makes the galaxy feel bigger, right? Because we're one little blip of the story. I would love to be able to make it bigger. It's a challenge because it requires a lot of pre-planning to do. If you could simulate an X-wing, yeah, just a flyover. Not even a dogfight. Just the ability from the flyover would be fun. Or a visual of an SSD in orbit. Oh man, you know how many times I visualized an ISD in orbit? I've done that just during the events. Just sitting there going, man, if we had an ISD. Wait, did we kill Katarn? Is he dead? He dead? He's not up here anymore. He might be dead. We might have... Hey, I'll take it. Like, when I wrote the stuff for the first event, at the end of Survivor's Endeavor, where I wrote the story of the ISD shelling the planet, my mental image was so cool. And I wish there was a way to showcase that, but there really isn't. But it would be cool, right? To showcase, look at this. You were on the planet, you look up and you just see a starship of some sort. The more realistic version, I would love to have like a starship of prop starship, like one of those life-size X-wings or TIE fighters, or a life-size Millennium Falcon. You know, some sort of transport of some sort, anything that we could interact with. We could have stuff on. We could stimulate all kinds of such. Um, that would be beyond amazing, having something like that. If you could, because my thought process, like if you had a TIE fighter, or you had, well, I wouldn't want a TIE fighter because there's limited things you could do with the TIE fighter. If you could have like an X-wing, and you could have all these quests, like if there was an X-wing, the rebels would be, I am the best commander ever. I the governor is dead. That is a problem. That is a problem, but it's mine now. It's still mine. Very quickly, let's build some more stuff. I can't build anything because I am broken. Can I get reinforcements over here? How can I get reinforcements over here? Do you have ground abilities? No, I think you're just space. How much do you have on the ground here? You give me a transport, I guess. Let's put something on the ground to fight with. Inflatable mock-up. That would be, I mean, so back to that subject of if you had we had something like that. See, one of the things that Mon Mothma? Oh, they're fighting. Damn. Imagine being the Empire, right? Or like the ISB. It's been sitting there, they've been dealing with the rebels, they've been dealing with all this stuff, and a message just comes across their desk of like, Rogue Senator Mon Mothma has been eliminated by the Black Sun. Excuse me? They got to her and we didn't. But back on that subject, so one of the things that I've got for the event is all kinds of like computer boards and such that I've collected from work, and like light fixture parts that will be designated different things. Some of the things that I have prepared is ships, starships and such. And it's really hard to simulate this in practice, and so most of it is just a commander thing, just backstory stuff. But, wow, Liana's decked out. I think I did that, didn't I? That's right, because you've got an ISD. I was going to sidetrack. We've got like a bunch of starships and stuff that we've prepared for orbit. One of the things the rebels will have access to, if they're able to find all the information, is there is a specific target that the rebels will be able to hit with starships. The problem the rebels are going to face is, one, is it actually feasible for them to go through the process? They have to get the maps and stuff and find details like from the slicing minigame and such that they will then be able to use to make a plan if they choose to go that route. If they choose to go through that route, even if they don't, there are a list of starships that are going to have problems they're going to have problems of some sort. And there are going to be specifically marked props in the field that will go to that ship. So, and this isn't just for the rebels, this is for the Hutts and the Empire, and everybody else will have a couple of versions of this. Well, there'll be damaged ships that they'll have to work on. And unfortunately, it's kind of hard to simulate the actual working on the process. So what I have instead is stuff like this that will have like TIE bomber part, and or be like the engine coolant part, blah blah blah, on it. And if that gets to the right person, they will able to fix a starship to help them out. The reason I say TIE bomber is because one of the ships that Scarab built is 2 Jawas and a TIE bomber, and I still love the concept of 2 Jawas and a TIE bomber cruising the galaxy. I just think that is so fun and creative. And I need to build a factory. Wowzers. This is you guys are getting me ranting already. Which I know that's the plan. Everyone wants me to rant. Where was I building that? Man, they really don't like me here. Oh, that's right. I'm building one of these. That's for a mission. Where was I building the factory? How far out that fleet? It was not too far out. Just keep sitting right there, buddy. You just sit right there. Just sit right there. Was I building it here? That's a standard. Somewhere I was upgrading a factory to build a large factory. Because I have to take the standard and upgrade it. And I don't remember where I was doing that at. What are all these red ones? Is it just because it's Chandrila and they just don't like me there? It's fair. Korlog. I know I was building this somewhere. Huh. That mission. Ha. We're here, buddy. Alright, we'll come back to the factory after we punch this fleet that has been a pain in my side. Ooh, this is where we've been building it. Found it! But it's not a large factory. How do I build a large factory? Let me guess. There is a... I could build ASTs. Wow. ATSTs now. Cool. But I can't build the factory. Scarab. How do I build a large factory? What am I missing? Alright, but first, let's beat up Patches. What did that fleet has been a thorn in my side since we started this game, okay? They've shown up, killed a bunch of guys, and then just left, alright? We're here to solve this problem. Hopefully I can sucker that commander in. That's the target, is the commander. I've got 2 Star Destroyers with his name on it. I have to upgrade the medium one. I thought I had to upgrade. Let me upgrade. Is there an upgrade that I have to do to upgrade the medium? Alright. Like the idea concern... There are. That is... The problem with fetch quests is they're easy. And... when we have... I still love this... You know, you come out of the hyperspace lane and all these transport ships just go... Nope! Out of the way. I think that's a cool little concept of the mod. So, quest design is very difficult. Especially for something like GCW. Because... we can't script anything. You have to have a person that does it. Meaning, if you have a story element of some sort, there needs to be a person there who will handle that. Who will tell you, because a lot of it is telling information to the players. And fetch quests telling the players, hey, go get one of these data cards from so-and-so, right? It's proof that you've done that. And it's also incredibly simple to just throw one of these at players, right? Doing things that require more story get increasingly more difficult. And that's one thing. If I'll go back to that question you said earlier, budget and laws of nature aside, the one thing that I wish I could implement is unlimited NPCs. If we had 100 NPCs, we could simulate so much more story stuff, because we could do story elements of this person, and you could help out other people on their own journeys and stuff. Because that's what most players want to do, is doing... That's one thing I've noticed. There's a lot of... Who is shooting what? Who are you blowing up? We just got here. Hi, buddy. All right, we're going to pause this conversation real quick. and we are going to say hello. We're coming at a kind of a weird angle. So we're going to say hello. We're going to say hello. We're going to say hello and hello. And a whole bunch of anti-fighter. Whole bunch of anti-fighter. Just a whole bunch of anti-fighter. A couple more Gazantes, the actual workhorse of the Imperial Navy. And we'll see everything sets up. Hi, buddies. We're taking damage because we just came out of hyperspace and have shield jet. No, don't hype. No, I want you to grab the other one. Damn it. I want him dead. Alright. I'm going to get him with the victories. Target that thing. Was that a dumb move? Yeah, because now everything doesn't have shields. But it was cool. I need to not do that, though. It was cool. Alright, let's bring in some more firepower. Yeah, it was a little bit too close. I'm the Empire, okay? No one ever... If I lose an ISD because of this, I'm going to be sad. I'm probably going to lose an ISD because of this. But it was funny. I need to start designating targets. Start getting those frigates. This is a fun ship design. I kind of wish we'd seen this in one of the actual stories somewhere. I mean, I know we've seen them in Legends and such, but those circular frigates are really fun. And they also soak up a ton of damage. Oh, yeah, we're losing ISD. This is entirely my fault. That's okay. We're building. We can build ISDs now. It's just I'm going to be out of money for a while. Man, these frigates soak up a ton of damage. What's up with these guys? You're a frigate. Hey, Carrick, turn around. What's your name, Carrick? The Dominant. You are facing the wrong way, my good pal. Alright, let's make things a little more manageable. Alright, let's go back to see what we're talking about here. Yeah, it's to make quests that are repeatable for different people and can function as if somebody is busy otherwise for all. NPCs, personnel is the biggest hurdle that we run into. Getting people who are able to actually fulfill the quest and can handle the... Wait, did we get... Alright, we got the guy. That's all I cared about. We got the guy. He's dead. Now we can do some focus fire on the main targets. Let's get that Venator out of the way. What do I got left? Not as much as I wished. Things get too bad in this ISD, we'll bop out of here and come back. Yeah, the biggest problem is... Oh. No. It's a sad sight to see. What if I can get it from this angle? Oof. That's a sad sight to see. Anyway, we've got a bunch of more in the process of building them, so we're fine. It's literally the Empire's philosophy of it. Oh no, anyway. Back to the quest stuff. I feel like things don't die as quickly in this game. Hey, can you kill that CR-90? Is that a CR-90 or CR-70? What the heck? Oh, it's a 95. Hi, buddy. You look a lot like a CR-90. You do have an extra module in there, though. Interesting. Now I've gotten sidetracked for what we were discussing again. I'm getting really sidetracked tonight. Let's go back to the quests that are repeatable. So my philosophy for Echoes Resolve is build an event that can handle 200 players. I don't think we're actually going to hit, there goes that Venator, actually going to hit 200 players. But we will have I want to have the capacity to handle 200 players, which is kind of a problem because you have to have, you don't have to fly. He's right there. All right, yeah, now they're retreating. Kill some engines. Can we kill the engine on that thing? Oh, that's the hangar day. Back. Kill the engines. Kill the engines. That thing's super annoying. So one of the things that are hurting us a little bit for Echo's Resolve on the NPC front is because I've switched things over from being that's okay. An ISD for that jerk, I'm okay with. The NPCs have kind of a little bit of a shift because there was a lot of confusion on how we were handling NPCs. And an NPC to me is somebody who focuses on the story, who's there for the stories, there for the immersion, less there for their own personal credits and such. And I know a lot of people have enjoyment in earning credits, right? People like to earn these little pieces of plastic. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want people to think that I'm not okay with people earning credits. But one of the things that I've noticed in the NPC world is some people want to earn credits, and they used being an NPC as kind of a gateway to do that. And they missed out on the story stuff. And quests and stuff failed because people were too interested in their own pockets, which was a bit of a problem, but that's why we've kind of transitioned to having the immersion players as kind of that bridge gap. So you can be kind of an NPC. You can do NPC things when the situation allows for it and when you schedule it with us. And the rest of the time you are a regular player. That way you can kind of have your cake and eat it too. It's kind of that bridge, best of both worlds. And I don't have anybody on the ground here. I should build somebody here. If that makes sense. It is hard because what we do as NPCs is a lot of work. There's a lot of work that goes in the background. And not a lot of people, I don't want to say that, trying to get people to understand the joys of it can be a little challenging, and we haven't had a lot of good promo material for that. The best thing we have is the video that Tyler actually put together from Fate's Grasp, where he had a camera in the his shop and stuff and got to do RP stuff. So the name of the game for the NPCs is RP, and it can be challenging to explain that to other people. All right, let's take this fleet back down to here. Not everybody wants to do that kind of stuff, and that's the biggest hurdle in getting people that want to do the story primarily, because that's the point of an NPC is you're there for the story, you're there for the game function. And there's nothing wrong. I want to make sure I'm very clear about that. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to do that either. Regular players are just as important as NPCs because they're the reason why we do the game. Oh, I can build the carriers now. Look at that. Oh, can I build? I can't build Lancer frigates yet. Dang it. This is an actual cool ship design. I was recently going through a Palpatine's still on Coruscant. I feel like Palpatine needs to go back from Kuwait to Coruscant. Go back to your little place. Mission log updated. What we got? We've noticed destroy more shipyards. Command over the ship. Or fitter trade station. Yeah, I doubt that's going to happen. Just holding on to what we have in the Empire has been a problem. Yes, that's what we do for our NPCs now. There was a lot of confusion at Fate's Grasp because we weren't clear on what to expect, and that was just on miscommunications. Some people thought different things and created a little bit of a headache before. I only have myself to blame. I literally only have myself to blame. However, the good news is there's like no infantry with this. or at least that's what it's saying so far. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say you can't further your own character goals, because I want, and a lot of players seem to enjoy this, following along in NPCs' paths. A lot of, I won't say a lot, there's a decent number of players that enjoy just following along with an NPC that is doing their own story thing. Because some people are not super big into the roleplay, but they like the story. They like doing the story stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's some NPCs like Liana who are fantastic about grabbing players and going off to do some little story thing, and they just take a couple players with them. And to some players, that's all they need. That's all they want. And some players want to be more hands-on, active in the story. Some don't. And one thing when it comes to the presentation of the game is you have to remember is there's so many different versions of how to play this game and how to set things up that make it challenging, because a single person is smart, a group of people are dumb. I don't remember what the quote is from Men in Black exactly, but that's essentially like a person is smart, a group of people are dumb. And that's something that I had to learn in terms of game development when we did these events, because initially I was just thought everybody would be the same level of interest into the story and such. That was a learning curve. We got a lot of stuff here. Where are they spawning? They're spawning over here. Hey, we had to fight this planet because there's already turrets here. Too bad that's not a turret to fight them. What else do we got here? We got turrets scattered all over the place. We even have civilians. Okay, we can't let them die, can we? What's this? Mercenary recruiter. Miles recruitment, one squad of mercenaries. Let's grab that. Let's deny the enemy nice things. You guys get over there. Alright, give me 1 second. Let's get everybody moving over to here. Oh, you poor Morningstar. Okay. This is a problem. I don't know this mod, and so I keep seeing cool things. I'm like, ooh, what's this? Morningstar B Fighter. Planetary combat. 3 light laser cannons. Interesting. Yeah, we had... I pretty sure I know the exact instance you're talking about there. We had a couple issues with NPCs that were putting their own personal gameplay and stuff before the rest of the game, and that was a problem, unfortunately. Yes, sir, man. That guy was enthusiastic. Look at this planetary defense force we got moving on here. Come on, game. There we go. It goes. All right, there's another item I would love to be able to simulate in game in the Galactic Civil War. Somebody figure out how to make a chicken walker. I'm not gonna ask for an AT-AT. I'm just gonna ask for an AT-ST. Somebody figure out how to build one of these. You will probably end up with my soul. What's going on over here? Oh dear. What is this? Oh, that's a prison. Hey, why don't you go over here? Why don't you guys start getting those platforms up? Where'd you guys go getting that? Alright, give me a second. I need to stop talking for a moment and get some actual battle stuff happening. Yeah, I know the bases. They got a Rancor? Hey! I don't see Boba Fett on the back of that thing. Or a Dathomir Witch. How are you controlling that? Civilians, shoot the Rancor. These guys brought dogs. These guys brought dogs. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. They're fighting us with... Let's build an anti-air. We're going with that. Anti-infantry. Alright, what'd you say? No. That's actually where we're going with things. I'm trying to go... Because there's like... excuse me. Very little Imperial stuff on that side of the galaxy right now. I'm trying to get my fleet and forces over there. I have a 313th group set up that's working behind the fleet to try to get over to Teth, which is my goal, is to get to Teth. Haven't made it that far yet. The Empire has had some minor difficulties. Alright, everyone just dig in real quick. Oh, let's see what we got here. Mustafarians. Nogri. Grab some Nogri. I can build one of each. Okay, cool. Let's build a whole group of them then. Let's try to build some proper. Can I do any? Oh, you guys have more stuff. Hey, get over there. Go up out. Oh no. Okay, I'm not. Jeez, I thought you guys didn't have infantry. Where'd all these pirate soldiers come from? Oh no. That Rancor just ate all of those Imperials. Oh, good lord, no. Poor imps. Oh. Well, there's a trainer. Well, that's unfortunate for them. I thought we had this in the bag, but clearly we don't. Clearly there's going to be other issues. Alright, we're just going to have to hold here instead. Empire sensor node. Oh, is this a statue? Oh, it's an alien statue. We should have torn that down. You guys go get in that bunker? Alright, get over there. Get over here. Build one of those bunker turrets. Wait, where'd those... Oh, there they are. Alright, let's prop up our defenses over here. Let's grab a group of those guys, throw them in there. Actually, you guys get over here. I have ideas how to make one. Wouldn't move. So we tried, one of the group of guys in Texas wanted to make a AST head, or ATST head, and they were trying to build one that they could move around and put at different fields and such. Unfortunately, they didn't get it finished in time, but they tried. It was some of the Texas guys. They were trying to build it for Rhaegor, and it just didn't happen. We're gonna kill that. They would have been no more. Leave the mercenaries out front. Surprised no one's tried to blow up the prison yet. Oh, there they go. Hey, we got the bunker turns coming online though. That'll help. Let's grab anti-vehicle. Oh, that was anti-infantry. Oh well. We're gonna make him pay for it. We're gonna make him pay for it. That's for sure. Blow that up instead. Let's get those medical guys over there. What did I just hear? Oh, there's another Rancor. How many of these guys you got? Just even having an ATST head that was just there, like a damaged one, would be cool too. Once garrison, let's put some infantry inside there, maybe. There goes that Rancor eating my people again. Will you stop eating my people? My game stopped freezing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's happening? Windows problem reporting. Well, that's a problem. Give me a minute to bring the game back up. I was afraid that was going to happen. I'm actually impressed that we didn't have issues until now. Because when I played previously, we had a couple issues with that. So, I can just rant now. Any hopes next Battlefront? So, the next Battlefront is supposed to be in Wisconsin, I believe, in the Mousen Field. I won't be, if I remember correctly, I will not be able to make the next Battlefront because I'm supposed to be doing some airborne stuff in Oklahoma, like the same weekend or the weekend right after. So I won't be able to make the next Battlefront if the time is where I think it is. There's rumors of another small RP event in Texas later on this year, I think. Maybe. I don't know if that's been 100% finalized yet, but nobody's been talking about it. So what I want, I don't hate Battlefront events, but I am not super big on the Battlefront series. I normally let everybody else handle the Battlefront series because I normally focus on the story stuff. And at the Battlefront series, we don't really get to do a lot of the story because it's more about the battle itself. And so we consider them non-canon events, which is totally fun. And I enjoy just being at them and doing story bits and stuff. But I like to let other people handle the story bits there because it gives some of our other NPCs and some of the other players a chance to really stretch their wings and come up with their own ideas and such. And I like to use it as that was loud. Use it as a testing ground for wowzers. That is a lot louder than the regular game. Okay. I like to use it as a testing ground for our other events I'll use Battlefront Boulevard as an example. I test out the radio stuff. I had given the rebels a radio box and said, you can't move the radio box, it stays right there, but you have to talk into that radio to do a quest. You have to communicate on that radio. And I put the radio in a very vulnerable spot, hoping that the Empire would come along. Let's see how bad the save is. The Empire would come along and fight them for it. And it ended up being exactly what I wanted, and the Empire and the Rebels clashed. The Rebels literally died, because I heard about it from the guys. They literally died on top of the radio. They fell over the radio trying to defend it, which was great. It was exactly what I wanted them to do. B3TY is canon in my... Okay. I adored everything about that video. I think I mentioned that in a previous stream, but the videos with Betty, the Gonk droid, were just gold. Absolutely gold. Oh, yay, we're back here. Okay, we didn't lose too much progress then. It's still in the plans. Okay, so it is supposed to... I don't know if it had gotten announced yet or not. I've been talking to some of the Texas guys, especially when I went down to Texas a couple weeks ago to do a Cowboy Airsoft TTT game, and we've talked about it a lot, but I wasn't sure if it had been official. All right, let's try this again. However, the hindsight is 2020, so let's just start grabbing points. Let's go and get that bunker built. Let's go ahead and grab these civvies and put them in the bunkers. Let's just start building stuff. Just completely using... They're like, oh, I think I've been here before. See if we can get stuff built before all hell breaks loose. Oh, it hasn't been announced yet. Okay. I know it's being discussed. I know there's discussions for it. I know that there's a lot of talks for it. And the local groups are pretty excited for it. Let's grab... more civilians for the cause. Let's not get too far into this. We're going to build up a little group up here. We're going to actually build things. Let's grab that group. Go grab this. That's you guys bunker up here. Okay. Oh, I also need another group. Give me a squad that's not doing anything. Let's go get some mercenaries. Not very often you get a do-over in a battle. I don't do... I don't like doing resaves. Or... what do you call that? It's not reloading, but we reload a save. I try not to do that. There we go. Come on, anti-aircraft turret. Do your thing. I saw another platform right there. Let's grab that platform too. Be a nuisance. Go civilians. You're here to limit my casualties. Oh man, I am a terrible Imperial. Maybe I'm just a terrible person. I heard a lot of good things about Nox Prime. I do like the idea of the Battlefronts and stuff, getting people interested. One of the problems with the Battlefronts, unfortunately, is it confuses people on what to expect, which is kind of unfortunate, because people will go to a Battlefront and they're like, oh man, I kind of wish there was more RP, or they go to a regular event and you're like, oh, I kind of wish there was more combat. But that's just people not being understanding what we are trying to do. How's it working over here? How are the civilians holding up? Causing carnage. You guys are doing great. Keep causing carnage. Give my soldiers a chance to actually do something. Hi, ATAPs with their stupidly powerful cannon on top or in the center. Pain in my butts is what they are. Here come the Rancors. He wants beaten by a Rancor today, guys. What else we got here? Oh, that's true. The it wasn't technically a Battlefront, but I think you're supposed to have a group of guys inside you, aren't you? Wowzers. My nose all of a sudden got stuffy. Grab a Kleenex real quick. I can breathe again. Oh no, I'm allergic to losing. Let's build those. Wait, these are different. These are different units. These aren't the same. Heavy Santh Troopers. Flamer Espos? I don't know what the Espos are. And then IG-86 assassin droids. Fun. All right, how's this working up here? Well, we got dead Rancors. That's good. Looks like we've all but curbed the aircraft. That one's still living a little bit. Those things are going to be a problem. But if we can get them to come in... Uh-oh. Don't do this to me again, please. Yeah, you guys get in there. Alright, come on, guys. Let's get those support units grouped up here. What'll it say? Yes, I mean we do need both. I don't think it's bad having Battlefront events. It's just not what I personally look forward to. but I do think they are important as a showcase to other people as to what we do. It also gives us a chance to do the non-canon story stuff that we like to throw out there, like having Vader show up or having various story or factions work together and players work together that wouldn't normally work together. It's a fun challenge sometimes, and I know a lot of people enjoy that. Wait, are you guys all the same? You guys are all the flame guys. Well, let's see how this works. Flamers. Well, they didn't do anything. They're all... Everyone just holds... Sit still. Sit still and hold here. Okay, can you build an anti-aircraft to just be a menace? Can we get that built? We can. Alright, everyone just hide over here for right now. I just want you to... Oh, you guys can get up there. Ooh, a hot take. This is gonna be a fun conversation. GCW hot. Okay, let's hit Tyler's first. Having both is claimed on how we appeal to all types of players and collectively build the Star Wars airsoft community as a whole, which is important. And the airsoft community as a whole has grown considerably. In the kind of the grand scheme, there's a lot more costumes and stuff out there than there were before. That's very important. And some people just want to look Star Warsy and shoot people. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not the way I play. I want to do the cool things. That doesn't come out right. I like doing the RP. The RP is the cool part to me. All right, let's hit up the hot take now. GCW hot take is that the Battlefront events aren't really needed anymore. They were good when the community was new, but the one thing I heard from new people at Rhaegar is they expected LARP. And therein lies one of the problems. I feel like they shouldn't... That's not the right way of saying this. Most of it dials up to just confusion on what to expect at the Battlefront events. Don't. I was vending. Gosh, dang it. It doesn't like that planet. It's not dipping or it's not overloading the PC. The mod is just failing, I think. The downside with mods. Uh-oh. I can't see my chat. Oh no. I've made mistakes. I've made errors. I can't see. Okay, there we go. Errors have been cleared. Back to the Battlefront. The idea is completely different than the LARP, right? And I think it mostly just comes down to confusion, because the Battlefront games are meant to be instant action. If you've played the original Battlefront series, the OG stuff in 2005, 2007. Is that right? Was it in 2007? I could be wrong. They had this mode called instant action, where you basically would just grab a map and you would just play control point or domination or something. And that is key. Or not key, sorry. That was what the Battlefront series is supposed to be more about. Whereas the RP series is more akin to like KOTOR or Knights of the Old Republic, KOTOR, SWTOR, those games. The new Outlaw series, I think, was supposed to be kind of like that. There were some areas of it that were very role-play heavy, and the rest of it was just, jeez, I forget how loud that is. That was, and a lot of Star Wars is Star Wars, and so a lot of people still think of it as the combat experience and less of the story experience, which is totally cool too. I'm just gonna auto resolve the fight and see what happens. Rhaegar, Lyanna was keeping the pocket of LARP alive as seen in the Betty video. Story-wise, Milestone is primed for stuff because we've had 2 events at Milestone already. And so the community and local NPCs are just wanting to do more RP. So the next Battlefront event in Milestone, even if I don't really have a hand in anything, I know is going to have a lot more RP. Um, and I'm kind of looking forward to see what kind of chaos happens. I know cult stuff is going to be. Clearly, game wants me to focus on talking about GCW. You are right. Um, LARP events have plenty of combat. Join the Rebels or Empire guarantees will be non-stop combat if you want. That is a aspect that I feel like most people. Oh no, I can't auto resolve. Most people don't realize, and something we've been trying to help skew away from as well. As some people, they just join the Empire and they just go out and shoot people randomly, which causes issues for the Empire because they shoot a civilian or something. And well, the civilians don't forget that. They don't trust the Empire now. And telling people to temper their expectations, go shoot people, but listen to your commanders on who to shoot and when to shoot, because otherwise you're going to screw over the people that are trying to do the RP. There's that video clip from Artie's event that you see the troop, or Artie's perspective, where you see the squad of scout troopers come into the town, and they come into town and they go, "We are here on R&R and do not care what you do," because every time they would show up, they would just get shot. And I love that clip, and I quote that a lot to those Texas guys because of that. A little buy into the whole Battlefront for people who want combat when regular events happen in droves. One of the things that a lot of the admin staff have tried to push is more combat in the Battlefront, so there can be less combat in the RP events, because we try, especially early on, we had that issue with a lot of people just wanted to do shooty shoot, because LARP and airsoft is still a relatively new thing. I can really only think of 2 other major event series that focus on LARP. That being the Battlehack Airsoft Field that does the Rev series and stuff. They like to focus on the LARP. There was a local event series that was doing Fallout LARP Airsoft. But outside of that, most people in the airsoft community don't really do LARP. It's beginning to catch on because of GCW and some of these other smaller events that are popping up where they're doing more of the LARP, more storytelling, just using airsoft as a medium to do that, which is very cool in my opinion, because my first airsoft event that I actually attended was an RP event, but nobody really knew what to do. Nobody knew what to expect. I didn't know what to expect or what to do. And oh wow, the chat's going. I wish I could move the chat over here somewhere. You come, Tyler. Come, I support full LARP. I know you do. I know you do, buddy. You and I click a little too well in some of those RP encounters, and it's really funny, especially when people start throwing asking Artie if he's Rain Cloud, because we hit some of those tendencies together, which is fun. Especially some of the nighttime shenanigans that we got into. Playing Empire Prince and guarantees usually get shot at nonstop. I know. That's one of the problems with the Empire is everybody wants to shoot the Empire, right? And I feel like it's okay, we're just gonna I can't auto resolve yet. I have to wait for the timer. All right, no. We're just gonna let this auto resolve, and we'll just take it however it handles. I shouldn't lose this. I think I could hold it, but I don't want to reset a 3rd time. Oh, yes. Yes, and I forgot about that. That was you, wasn't it? There was a lot of that. I want to do. So the Empire has a different change. Let's get to where it's a little quieter. The Empire has a change of pace for the next event, where they're not the holding force. They're the aggressors in terms of the initial story beats. Now, they won't have to be that way the entire event unless they want to. But they get to start off as the force that has to come in and take over. and they can do that militarily, they can do it diplomatically, they can do all kinds of different things with that should they choose to. And I I enjoyed that the Empire enjoyed the taxes and stuff. Unfortunately, like 70% of the quests to do taxes and to do the god darn it. I figured I was gonna lose, but I don't want to have to go through it and reload it again. We'll just deal with it. It's just a game. This is just an excuse for me to talk. I'm not a competitive player for a reason. They only... Game. Really, game. That's why I don't use auto-resolve. Now I gotta go fix this. Okay. I'm gonna go back through this. There's a conversation happening here. I'm completely missing this. Getting shot in the back while RPing, yes. I've seen that. To be fair, sort of character, you were begging for extra taxes. Every single shopkeep told me the exact same story. I came by and got it. The credit bag, Artie or Tyler, as you're sitting there, this firefight's happening. You just see on the video this credit bag fly over the counter. Uh-oh. Something happened. I didn't pause the game. Something happened. Options available. I'm not sure what that means. All right. We need to focus. See, for Husky, this is where I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get to Teth. And I have a little stuff down here, but I'm trying to get this fleet to punch through here. I wanted to hit Mimban, but I've got too much stuff happening in the core right now. I think I need to focus on fixing the core first. Palpatine, get on this planet's surface. Get on the planet's surface. ISD. Oh, that's right. Okay, I get it. You can stop texting me about the ISD. Right, pause the game. People are talking, and then this is what I actually want to do. Yeah. Yeah. Highlighted. Some other dude looted it and took off with it, of course. So, I don't have those bags over here. Those will be in play at future events still. One thing I'm hoping, and because of Perla, I'm hoping we can remove some of that just instantly getting shot for no reason in the town. I'm hoping with the Perla guards and everything that the people just getting shot for no reason in the town will be alleviated, because it's really a problem story-wise when the Empire shows up and just get whacked for no reason. Because the Empire doesn't want to get whacked. The Empire wants to... It's an interesting thing that I found. The Empire, the Imperial players... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but as an admin looking down from above, I find the Imperial players are there for roleplay purposes. They want to do RP stuff. And the Rebels oftentimes want to just shoot people. And it has led to some rather interesting encounters RP-wise, where I've had multiple encounters where the Rebels have stood me up, where the Rebels have put a gun to my back for no reason other than the fact that I was just wrong place, wrong time. The Rebels are like, okay, he's somebody, we can get a prop from him. And they just off me. Whereas the Empire comes up and they're like, hey, buddy. Now, this is also probably just Danny, too. Hey, buddy, like, let's have some discussions. Let's talk about this. Why do we don't need to fight. We're the Empire. We're here to help. And I love the difference in that, at least in everything that I've come across. There's been a lot of Rebels that are going more RP lately, which is great. But both factions just said Rebels are the Milsimers, the Empire are the role players. I know, and I didn't expect that. Because you expect people to be in the Empire, like, oh, the Empire, we're here to rule the galaxy. Most of them are like, yeah, we want to rule the galaxy, but we're going to feel like the Empire as we do it. For those that didn't get to go to Fate's Grasp, the visual of the squad of scout troopers walking down the road is the best visual that I think we've had at events. Topped only with, during that event, watching multiple scout trooper helmets go around the edge of a container building. That is the funniest thing I think I've ever seen, while also being slightly terrifying because they're armored individuals. So they've got the plastoid stuff and they got like the helmet immunity. And you just see this Imperial helmet poke around the building, and then you just see another one. And it was hilarious, and I don't have it on camera, unfortunately. But I love that. Just wanted to throw that there. Favorite RP that was cut short by someone else makes me wonder how much the Empire is willing to abide civilians and shopkeepers, openly resisting and attacking its troops. Yeah. Again, I'm hoping that Perla helps alleviate that because it gives all of that a different target. Yeah, a lot of the scout troopers are going unaffiliated. We are giving them a mission there's going to be a specific mission where some of those unaffiliated players that have Imperial costumes will get to swap over. There'll be a mission on Sunday where we'll be like, oh, there's going to be a section of the Hutts that have gone off to do a mission somewhere else. They're gone on a ship. They're going to be gone for a little while. And those players who are able to bring their costumes and do Imperial will get to come in as Imperials for a little bit. It's one of the story elements that we've worked in. Because not being able to see those Imperial players would be a disappointment to me. Just because it's really cool to see those guys and they've done a lot of work on those costumes. But, okay. I have money. Should I build another Star Destroyer? Should I build another Star Destroyer? That one's almost done. Oh no, population cap is reached. Oh no. I'm a terrible commander. Oh no. Okay, well. Alright, I really need to... I need to stop that. That's what I need to do. I need to stop that. All right, we're pulling back this fleet here. We need to defend our galaxy first of all. Let's grab a small defense force to hold the outer line here. And then the rest of this is coming back here, and we're gonna hit that. What the? When did I get a Star Wing squadron? There's so much happening. Who are you? Wait a second. Hold up. KDY representative. Oh, that's the ISD thing you were talking about earlier. Jeez. Interesting. Cool. Hello, ISD. Hello, my friend. How are we doing? Dream World place to host an event. Let's go ahead and throw this ISD up here. Best place. Whoops. I gotta think about that one. Dream real world location to host an event. There is an airsoft location. I think it's in California that has a Star Wars. It's either airsoft or paintball that has a Star Wars themed field. Oh, hold up. I got stuff to read. I'll get back to that in a second. I have received one Star Wing Squadron. Still go to destroy shipyards. I failed on the large factory. Gain planetary control. Ratak. Striker. Oh. How much time do I got left? I got 15 weeks from 6-1. I gotta remember. That's Ratak. Isn't that over here somewhere? I'm trying to remember my galaxy-ness. There it is. Wowzers. It's a ways out there. I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna leave that alone. Okay. I want the set that Ferrix of Ferrix. All right, the town of Ferrix from Andor. If there is a way to build that, right, and play in that, that would be what I would want to do. Um, I don't know of a real world location that already exists that would do that, but I I think that would be absolute peak if we could do something that was that RP. Oh, there's no fleet here anymore. Wait, did that actually move? No, it didn't. Okay. All right, we really need to beef up the defenses here. My nose is taking a hit again. I must be allergic to the rebels. Nah, I'm allergic to the Black Sun. They're a real pain in my butt right now. What about you guys? What do you think? What do you think dream location? Oh, I see I have another question that's been texted into me. Question for the stream. What do you think the real reason is for the anti-alien sentiment prominent throughout the Empire? Was it a bid by Palpatine to distract the common folk from the real problems present in the galactic society, similar to how the Jews were persecuted by Nazi Germany? Or was it the natural result of centuries of speciesism growing in the core worlds? So, no. I wasn't doing that. Did I just click off? I just clicked off. Okay. Right? Oh, no. I just clicked off. Okay, I think we're okay. I think we're good. We're still alive. Okay, we're still alive in the game. All right. A big part of it is Palpatine. It was a system of control, which I kind of think the story element of that was to be similar to how, because the Empire is based off of Germany, right? 1940 Germany. You can see that in their uniforms and some of their structuring and stuff. Like the white uniform, in my opinion, is because Herr Goring used the white uniform. That's why I think the ISB wears white, because Gestapo, Goring, terrible people. ISB, not great people. And I think, so historically, that was what was one of the pillars of the movement that brought Hitler into power, right? Was he used the Jews as a scapegoat. And I do think that is a huge reason why aliens are considered so bad in the Star Wars galaxy at this time, because Hitler, I just called Palpatine Hitler, which is true. I don't know why I stopped myself. They were seen as, oh, are we out of place? Oh no, there's, hey, Palpatine can chill with some Inquisitors. That seems perfect. But I think it goes a little bit farther even in the galaxy as a whole, because there's been this idea for a long time in the Star Wars galaxy of elitism, where the different species don't like each other, for a lack of a better phrase. The oh, can I build the population centers here? Have I already built those here? Okay, I can't build those here. Can I build population centers? Okay, I need to build population centers. Let's start with population centers. Perfect. Like in SWTOR, you even have some of this where, not quite as prominent, but the anti-human sentiment from aliens, and then the anti-alien sentiment from humans, because humans are supposed to be the most popular, not most popular, but the most prominent race in the galaxy is humans. There's a lot of different theories on how and why that came to be, and they're like in the core worlds, from what I remember reading, most of the settling was done by humans. The most star-going species was human, and as such, like a lot of the galaxy was taken by humans, and so I think that has a big part to play in it, where it was just like, oh, there's humans already around, Whoops. No, 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 don't. No, 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 no. It stays. Um, that's my personal take on it. Because of the way the galaxy expanded, that sentiment of the anti-aliens was already present, but the larger goal of Palpatine was control because he could use that, and being humans a little bit more easier to control because he was a human and whatnot. A compound that feels like a true installation could be fun. Empire workers, civilians go about their business while the rebel faction tries to infiltrate by stealthy disguise, say brute force. I would adore that. That's what I want so hard. GCW Among Us. I wanted to do that so badly. It would be so much fun just to have the full immersive experience of everybody being in there. And if we had enough unaffiliated people and enough NPCs, or you could be doing all kinds of random stuff, and a lot of it could be just simple stuff of transport item A to B. We could, if we had enough like the slicing mini games and such, and more mini games, that we could do little like jobs. People have like a job they have to complete, and it's just simple mundane stuff, and just a vibe in the Star Wars galaxy. And then just have like the rebels being like the true rebels, like we get to see in Andor, where they're just there, they're just watching, and they do a thing, and they have to do it good, and they have to do it quick, and they have to get out of there because now they've done something and the Empire doesn't like them anymore. That's what I've been trying to get the rebels to be more sneaky as the events go on. I'm sure you probably noticed that some of the events, as the events have gone on, the quests have gotten more and more, hey, be stealthy if you can. Don't just walk directly into town with your blasters and stuff showcased, because people aren't going to want that. The Empire is not going to want that. So I would... Oh, I got money. That's right. I have to build things first before I can do anything else. You're kind of annoying me. But you got a couple battle cruisers. I don't really want to deal with them. Just keep flying around you. Alright, we need to get that population cap up so I can build some more ships. Those losses in the core really hurt us. What is this? Upgrade to Imperial Palace? Hi! Okay, you can have it. Jeez. A lot of it's small, but still. I want the rebels to be more sneaky, and a lot of rebels are figuring that out, and I think it's working well. Again, I'm hoping that the change in atmosphere at Echo's Resolve will be good for the rebels, because the force that's in the town is not anti-imperial and it's not anti-rebel. It's anti anybody that causes problems. And so I'm hoping that will help the RP, because I want more what I want. My favorite RP interaction that I've had at the GCW events, I was ISB Commander Durin. So I was in my whites, cape, everything, all ISB Commander, who is a interesting take on the ISB stuff, which is a whole nother thing I could get into. But I had this RP moment with Liana, and we had this very in-depth discussion on my values as an Imperial, her values as not a rebel, because you don't want to say that to an ISB person, but a very anti-Imperial sentiment, and having the dialogue between us, and where it ended up was just so cool to me. And I wish we could have more of those rebels dealing with the Imperials and having those RP encounters that don't just end in immediate gunfire. The way ours actually ended was we went our separate ways, and later on, because I put down my gun because I saw Liana walking up, and I was like, there'd already been a little bit of RP between myself and Liana. I was like, hey, listen, there's no need to shoot me. There's no need to get violent. No need to get hostile. I'm not here to fight anybody. We're not here to cause problems. This is what I'm trying to do. Let's just talk this out. And we had a little dialogue, and I love the RP thing she wrote afterwards of her character just being confused by this Imperial. And then later on, we had this interaction in the cantina where it was revealed that the Empire was experimenting on alien babies. And she confronts me about that in character in the cantina. And I got to be the upset Imperial and got to march over to the Imperial base. I grabbed all the Imperials that were in there and said, all of you come with me, because I got to be this mad Imperial of like, I'm here trying to help people. I'm trying to do like, I'm the good, not the kind of like the more good guy Imperial, not like a good like simple good guy Imperial, like not a rebel Imperial, but an Imperial who's trying to be a better person than the rest of the Empire, and walked over to the Imperial base and got to just yell at Colonel Gracchus for experimenting on children. And that was one of my favorite interactions with rebels as an Imperial, and there was no fighting in that in the slightest. And I wish and I hope that we can get more rebels and Imperials that have dialogue and conflict of interests, because it just adds so much to the story, because that's the way you have those interactions in the real world, right? Where like you're at the bar and you meet somebody that's different than you, and it doesn't normally, I mean, it ends up probably in a bar fight in those situations, but it's more of a dialogue. Hi, hi. Okay, our acquaintance, buddy. Run away. Run away, Arquins. Everybody else come forward. We're going to just shoot a bunch of fighters down. Is that guy flying with a cigarette in his mouth? It looks like he's flying with a cigarette in his mouth. Alright. You get out of here. Everybody else come up here. Standard, throw yourself at the wall. As a rebel, restrict rebel respawn. Increase the timer so when we get sent back to spawn, we have to wait even longer to go back out. Makes dying more weight and discourages unneeded firefights. Would encourage rebels to want to be more sneaky and not jump into combat immediately. Makes medics more valuable. I've been wanting to do stuff along those lines. The concern I have is I don't want to remove player enjoyment, right? And trying to find the balance where I'm comfortable with like restricting the rebels, because I don't want to tell people that they can't have fun, because I don't want to make the rebels not have fun, but I also do want to have them be more rebel-y. And that's the kind of, and with the skirmish system, it's also difficult to simulate waiting for respawn, because the dynamic between that is challenging. I'm going to try to have this set up with the skirmish system at Echo's Resolve with respawn timers. I'm not confident in my ability to control all that properly, because it's all I have to do it all manually. But I want to, and I'm not opposed to the idea, but I don't want to make it so the rebels don't have fun either, because that's one of the things that I hear is when people don't have fun, and I don't want people not to have fun. I want them to enjoy the game that we've spent all this time on. And it is. You're not wrong. It is up to the players to have fun, and that's an issue that I don't have in games, because it doesn't matter how I've been to some terrible, absolutely awful Star Wars awful airsoft events, but I had fun because I make my own enjoyment out of it. I know what I can do, what I can't do. I know who to hang out with and such. And most players are not as good with that. That is an aspect of airsoft that I've been fairly well versed in. We had one event. It was just terrible. The event was set up to bully another team. And I wish that wasn't the case. That's the way it was at the end of the day, I figured out, because the admins basically laughed at the one team's chain of command, and I overheard them talking about how they had skewed the missions against that team, which was terrible because that one particular faction was full of new players who had never played before, and it helped ruin their experiences. Obviously, not doing that. I try to make it so every faction is gonna have fun. Oh, there's a point right there. That's gonna be a little late. Go grab that. TIE fighters, expendable TIE fighters. Go. Oh, they've got. Oh my word! Look at all those guys. TIE swarm, go. I want to see if you guys even get into the formation. Are you guys even good? That guy's dead. Come on, TIE fighters, just get in there. Just get there. You guys can make it. I believe in you. I don't believe in you anymore. They're all dead. Okay. It was a local event. That group pretty much never made an event again because nobody would go. It was so bad the second day. It was a 2-day event. It was so bad the second day there were 0 players. Is how bad the event was, because I showed up the second day and I was the only person there. And the only reason I showed up is because I had family that lived 10 minutes away. And so I was already in the area and it was bad. Verbal only cares about jumping into gunfights to win an extra 5 minutes. Maybe they encourage to go Empire where there's not such a respawn timer. Not a bad idea. Not a bad point. Not a bad point. Is this Spatian already dead? What did I? Oh, okay. Spatian not that dead yet. Spatian having engines is still funny to me. I mean, it makes sense. All right, guys, just kill fighters for me. Just kill fighters. Just kill some fighters for me. Do your best. Go Empire. Go, guys. Do your best. You're doing great. Go on. Just shoot those turbo lasers as fast as you can. Your Empire will... Is there a version of a Purple Heart in the Empire? About this tragic event? I don't know. See, I wouldn't be able to do that in the planning stages because I want everyone to have fun. And I don't know how they... I think it was a team of admins picking on a specific person is the way I think it was. I think it was a group of people that thought it was funny to target the faction leader. It was a multi-faction event. There was supposed to be like the military faction, the civilian faction, and then somebody else. And I was on the agent team, which was the not supposed to be like the wild card. And we ended up being so fed up with everything, our entire faction turned around and assisted the military faction that was just getting bullied. They were literally stuck in their spawn and could not leave. And the admins were basically sitting there and laughing at... Yeah, it was bullying. It was sad. It was absolutely sad to see. Ha! You guys took losses. I lost my space station, but you guys lost stuff too. All right, that's a problem. Agamar is toast. I don't have enough stuff in that area to take that back. I really need to just sync up the core and make the core sturdy and strong. I think I'm the only player that actually got a patch from that event, like the event patches. Because they weren't there the first day. They were so unprepared that the first day they didn't have any of the go bags or goodie bags or anything like that. So when I showed up the second day, like, oh, congratulations, you got a patch, and I'm like, oh, this is sad. They did. It was terrible. There was money in that one. I've never seen an event be a group torn apart so quickly from not allegations, but like nobody wanted to play. They weren't able to put on any more events because nobody wanted to play. There was another event that was kind of that way. They basically, it was one of those where, oh, you guys won, but the admin stepped in and said the other team won, which also killed the event series. I don't get why some some admins and event coordinators think that that's the way to go. Because I mean, as an event coordinator, I would like to have fun myself, right? I don't have fun bullying other people or making one team lose for no reason. I have fun when the players have fun. And it boggles my mind sometimes to see event coordinators that have fun at other people's expenses. And I find that boggling. It's mind boggling to me. Because who would want to play that? Why would you, if you can't build the game that you would want to play in? Ah, Moth Palace. Should we? Actually, I feel like, yeah, we're gonna lose that. I'm not gonna bother. I feel like a Palpatine needs a palace, Imperial Palace. We'll give Palpatine his Imperial Palace. Is there anything else important that we should build here? Probably. I just need more production or population centers. Do these count as population centers? Additional population? They do kind of technically count as population. What else we got? Please share the name of the event. I gotta remember what the event was called. It was a local small event. I don't remember what the event group is even called. Crimson Chaos, I think, is what the name of the event was. I don't remember the team that put it on or anything. I do know, and this is a sad fact, the commander, Palpatine just sits in the opera and broods. It's not a palace. It's just a giant opera. Okay, fun. Okay, we don't get to see enough of that in Star Wars, right? Like the laid back look at the galaxy, because in a galaxy like this, like what type of fine arts do you have? Like you have the opera. We see the opera in the second movie, right? Or is it third movie? Third movie. In Empire, not Empire. Revenge of the Sith. We see the opera. And it's very, very small. And I think there's a segment in the... Always sees the dirt. That's true. I think there's a segment in one of the Clone Wars episodes where they kind of have that grandiose opera type experience again. I feel like it's kind of a missed opportunity for some of the production that we see to look into the arts of the galaxy. Because that's one thing they give Palpatine, again, a Hitler coincide, is Palpatine likes old art because of old Force stuff. We get to see that in Rebels a little bit, where Palpatine has sent out a specific person and crew just to uncover some Mortis artwork and such. And I feel like we don't get to see that enough in Star Wars. Yes, the Mon Mothma and like the I remember with Mon Mothma was great in Andor. That was such a cool series of events to show the audience. You get to see the Senate and how the Senate is just falling to pieces because Palpatine's just got everything. He's manipulating everything, and he's getting rid of the Senate. They don't realize it yet, but he's getting rid of the Senate, so he has 100% power, even more so than he already has. And the interactions with her and Luthen at the antique shop are just gold. I love those interactions of this sort of higher end in the galaxy, and just their interaction. And granted, the interactions are even better because they're a cover up for Rebel discussions between the two, and it's just cool. I wish we saw more of that kind of stuff. Canto Bite style event in the future would be fun. Masquerade Ball. One thing, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it because right now we're doing a bunch of changes in the cantina and how the cantina and stuff's working out. But we've been discussing having a ball, a gala, a Perla sponsored gala at the Echoes Resolve as sort of like a party for Friday or Sunday. Neither one of those. A party on the Saturday night where we're just, while the Hunter games are going on and we're doing all the night game shooty shoot for those that don't want to shooty shoot, we have the gala where we're all having a kind of a party, which harkens back to some of the reenactings that I've done, where we used to have a lot of Saturday night parties. We'd have music and we'd have dances and such. Obviously, we'd be a little bit different because not everybody comes with their spouse to these types of events, but it was a chance for people with their spouses to get together with other couples and have conversations and have big dances and fun, just interactions that I realize now I was spoiled with because they don't do that hardly. I think it would be fun. I don't know if we're gonna get to do it at Echoes Resolve, but I want to. I want to have that sort of everybody come in. We're gonna have a party. We're all gonna wear your best costume pieces. Not necessarily like your armor and stuff. You don't need it because we're not going to do fighting and stuff. And just have a party. And then we could even do, if we do it, there would probably be a story element of some sort, where there'd be a mystery element of something. And yeah, the Friday Night Potluck is nice. We need something more fun community stuff for Friday. So Friday, I've been pushing for us to start stuff on Friday, start some RP and such. One of the things that we're going to try to do is have some mini quests that will start on Friday night to help kickstart that RP experience. Hoping to have at least one person from each major faction. See those dress uniforms? Yes, dress uniforms. That's the word I should have said. Yeah. As somebody who does historical reenacting, you have like your combat uniform and your dress uniform, and there's always are separate because you don't want to get your dress uniform dirty, and so you never really get to see the dress uniforms. This has been a phenomenon lately, the last several years of historical reenacting, where those parties and stuff have kind of fallen off to the wayside, which is a shame because they're so much fun. We used to do these big old square dances because I used to do Civil War reenacting, and we would do these square dances, and you get to meet all kinds of people because part of the idea of a square dance is you don't really dance with the same person the entire time because you go through the entire group. Everybody gets to meet everybody, and it's a way to see everybody's uniforms and dresses and stuff and meet everybody, and it's just fun. I would love wowzers, absolutely love to have something like that in the Star Wars games, to the point where like it becomes expected at our RP events, where there's going to be a party on Friday or Saturday or Sunday, and we all just are in our best looking costumes and just having a Star Wars-y experience. I think it'd be awesome. That's goals. That's goals right there. You got me monologuing. I don't remember where I was going. what was I doing? Uh-oh, Mission Holocron. Medium Dockyard, location Callist 4 or 6. Ooh, Callist. I don't know that one. Alright, where's Callist at? Hey, right there. You're close enough to the core. You get that. Which one did I need to build? Hey, you guys will get one of those. What was I needing to build? Medium Dockyard. Mobile support station. Medium Dockyard. Gotta wait for population cap. Okay. We'll just set everything and let everything run for a second. Don't like how undefended this is. Alright, I need more ships. I need more combat ships in the core. Actually, I don't need you there. You can come over here and help make that feel more secure. We'll give you one of those. Alright, back. This planet is also undefended. I need more sector fleets. What would a rebel dress uniform look like? I think a rebel dress uniform is just like fancy clothes. Not necessarily anything that looks rebel-like. Unless it is a uniform of a specific planetary faction where most of the rebels would like get a lot of their uniforms from. Because rebels aren't uniforms, so they wouldn't have like a Class A outfit. We get to see a little bit in. That's what I was about to say. Go check the metal scene. Like General Dodonna has kind of like a vest and such. Luke has that yellow long sleeve shirt that we only see that one time, just right there. I feel like the rebels Class A uniforms are anything that doesn't look military or has a hole in it already. Like if it doesn't has a blaster full hole in it. A fleet trooper with a hat and a button-up vest, I'd say. Yeah. I mean, if it just looks nicer because they're the rebels. And that would be fun. It would be fun to see rebel. And an interesting thing, like if we had like a gala of something, no weapons, right? It's a complete safe environment. You would get those RP experiences of the rebels and the Empire because the rebels and the Empire, ooh, I can build that. Wouldn't have their weapons, so they couldn't shoot each other, and they'd have to figure everything out diplomatically. It'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be a lot of fun. All right, let's pull back the 313th back to rental. Whoops. And let's take that back. We don't have to deal with that anymore. Whoops, we left the escort fleet. And green fatigues and fleet troopers in regular attire. Yeah. I think part of that also, I feel like there's a missed element during the metal scene that doesn't get talked about. The rebels, oh yeah, they're like, yay, we've beat the Empire, we've hurt them, we've destroyed the Death Star, we're gonna have a medal ceremony. And as soon as the medal ceremony is done, everyone's like, okay, get the heck off this planet, because they know we're here. Everybody freaking leave. Run away now. I feel like that is an element of that scene that does not get discussed at all, because yes, they beat the Death Star. Do you know how many thousands of Star Destroyers the Empire has and are now looking at Yavin 4 going, because there's nothing, they can't stop that. I like to imagine they're having the ceremony scene, they're having the medal scene, and then as soon as it's over, everyone's hopping up in his ships and just getting the heck out of Dodge. I feel like that would be a realistic expectation. Just like, hey guys, we're here, we're gonna look cool, we're doing the thing. Alright, time to bounce. Because the very next thing that we see the rebels doing are pretty suited up to get the evac going. Yeah. Like one of those things that the next thing we see the rebels doing in media, like in the movies, is running away from the Empire, because it's the Battle of Hoth. So the Empire shows up and the rebels immediately like, okay, we're out, we're running away again, we're leaving. Oh man, this has been a fun discussion tonight. I don't have anybody else to do anything with after this. I'm gonna keep going for a little while. I really need to get the core secured. That's what I need to do. I need to secure the core. All right. Do we tempt it? Do we fight it? And see if it hurts us? See if it crashes again? Let's see what happens. If it crashes again, I'm just auto resolve every battle around this planet. Oh, I forgot to select my starting unit. Hey, now they're allied with the enemy. How dare you? Do you mean like the Empire at War game? I don't know enough about this mod pack. I've just been flailing around miserably, because this is actually a mod for the base game, GCW. Personally, don't like if you were in charge. Well, funny thing about that is, oftentimes I can just ask aggressively and I get my way. I've joked about that with them multiple times with the rest of the admins because it feels like I have more power sometimes than I should, and that's their own fault. Um, One thing that I don't like quite as much as some of the other admins is the skirmish system. I feel like it's very confusing, especially to players, and it's cool that we could do stuff with it, but I don't know. I feel like the skirmish technology isn't quite what most players want to deal with. Um, but I don't have alternatives for it. It's like there's nothing I won't really go on record and say, "Oh, I hate skirmish. We don't need to use it." I just like feel like there's a lot to skirmish that is unnecessary or extra confusing. Um, I think in the future it will be really really cool, but we're just not quite there yet. I'm really hoping that Liana will be my saving grace again for Echo's Resolve because I want to make a sheet that goes with each skirmish box that yeah, skirmish is kind of confusing. I'm hoping that we can make these plaques that go with each skirmish box that explain exactly what this box does at this time, and then don't change it without changing the piece of paper that goes with it. Because I think we have the ability to do that now. That's my biggest thing. Things like the ability, and this will be a little bit different at this event because I'm ready to order a laptop so I can actually control the game easier, which I hope will make things a little easier. All right, who do we got? What do we got? What's going on here? What's that? Okay, run away. Fly away. We're down to one TIE fighter, aren't we? We're down to no TIE fighters. Well, there went our scouts. Alright, let's go and call in Veers. I feel like we're going to need it here soon. The mechanics exist to serve the story, which is likely why you get so much... Yeah. You're not wrong. I'm also the idiot that just keeps saying, yes, I'll do it. Which is actually how I ended up being an admin for the GCW series, because we had done the initial series called the Mandalorian Wars and the other local games. And I had discovered the joy of being an NPC. And I wanted to do more of that, and I had heard about this event that was coming up called GCW, or it was Galactic Airsoft Alliance stuff. Is that Gar Saxon? I wish I could see that guy's name. No, that's not Saxon. That's somebody else. All right, we'll let the stormtroopers stay with the armor, and we'll let the 313th do their thing in the center here. Why are you guys shooting at? There's like nobody in there. All right, let's bring this up. Paper structure is nice and all, but I can count on one hand how often the box has worked as intended. If the person before you does anything wrong, the whole system messes it up. That is a problem. One of the other problems, it's less of people before you messing things up, and oftentimes just not understanding the base concept of the box in general. And we've had some issues with things getting changed behind the scenes, and so the box just isn't doing what it's supposed to do to start with, which is a problem. I'm hoping we can, and some of that's just practice, because like I personally don't really get the chance to mess with skirmish too much before an event, and so there's a lot of being at the event and going, okay, how does this work now? I got to figure this out because the game is going now. So there's a lot of panic involved on my end when it comes to that. I think over the years it will get better. I just think we're just going to struggle with it for a while. Hey, you're running already? You cowards. You are cowards, I say. Any major story beats you want to hit over the course of the next few events? One thing that I want to do is... They're retreating? How dare you? Is I would like to... at future events, when we finally get there, I am looking forward to doing the Death Star announcement to the Rebels, because at a future event, I'm going to time it so we will have the Battle of Yavin happen at like the beginning of the event at one of our RP events, and then at the midway of the event, I will announce it to the Rebels, that because it's not a thing that the Empire would know, it's a thing that the Rebels would know. The Rebels would tell everybody because they get enormous propaganda value out of it. The Empire hides it. Like, to the rest of the galaxy, the Death Star never blew up. Death Star never existed to most of the galaxy. And I would love to touch on that aspect. That would be awesome. It would be really cool just to be sitting there in a game. Now, a lot of people would understand that it was coming. If you know lore and you would see the timeline, you would know, like, hey, we're at 0 BBY. We're getting really close to this time frame. Most players that are big on the lore would be ready for it. But for the regular players, it would kind of be a change of pace. It would be this hit of like, hey, the Death Star. We've blown up the Death Star. What's the Death Star? The Death Star was a super secret combat station that the Empire had that nobody knew they had. They blew up Alderaan, and we killed it. So, like, go us, right? Let's get that showing right there. And I think it would be really cool to do that. That's one thing that I hope to do in the future. Another thing that I would like, gotta tell everyone the event takes place just before. I keep gaslighting them. It's not quite there yet until you make the grand announcement. Yeah. That's fair. I would do that. I would do that. That's true. That's one aspect that I would like to hit at some point, because I think that would be really cool to do mid-game. There's a story element that I would like to do where we have a faction that gets too powerful and the Rebels and the Empire have to temporarily work together on a project. That's one of the goals that I want to do. It's either going to end up being, it may happen next Mouse and RP, depending on how the contamination storylines go and how that stuff forms up, what we have potential for. There's a lot of potential for that to get out of hand and to have factions come together, but I don't expect it to. But I do want to get to a point where there is a event that we have to combine. So initially we were doing, it would take every 2 months between events, and this is a change that I made because I felt that we should have a 2-to-1 ratio for like every 2 days in the real world for like a day in the Star Wars world, kind of something like that. Not strictly like that, but as a general kind of rule, because otherwise 2 months pass, and it's been 3 or 4 years in the real world, and canonically things wouldn't work out super well for people and aging and such. And so I tried to make things a little bit more quicker, but not super fast. Like, I don't want to be like a different year every time we play. Still trying to keep it slower. Now, as we're getting the events closer and closer together, since now we have a system in place and people in place and such, it's easier to put on events, and so the timeline is going to get shorter between events, and so we'll have more time in the universe, if that makes sense. At least that's the way I've been using it. There has also been discussions of doing like a branching storyline where we get to a point and we do like a after the Battle of Endor storyline and stuff. But I don't know if we'll ever do that or not. I think it'd be a little too confusing, but Alright, we've taken that planet back. Let's go ahead and let's hit Champala. Let's make Champala ours. Let's bring up the fleet from here. Or that starter destroyer. We'll grab that. Wish you could time the hyperspace. Did I lose audio? Where did I hit this? I hit that. We still have audio. Alright, no, you guys don't have to come with me. You guys stay here. We'll leave the Acclimator with you guys. No, we'll leave the Storm Commando group. Alright, let's go ahead and hit this. One of the things... Oh, there's story elements that I'm missing. Production fails. Yeah, well, I'm just... The galaxy is not in fear of me, okay? Let's just be honest with that. The fear element of this game I'm failing at terribly. Another story element. So I want to do at some point have the Rebels and Empire have to work together for something. I think that'd be really cool. I have a couple different ideas on how to do that. Oh dear, what's happening over there? Okay. I would like to do something along the lines of... Oh, interesting. Delving more into the Imperial internals and having... If we had enough Imperials, because historically the Imperial Navy and the Imperial Army don't like each other. Elements of, like, the ISB don't like everybody else. It would be interesting to have a sub-faction of the Empire that ends up as its own faction, and you have almost an Empire versus Empire fight. Because it happened at various times, especially after Palpatine dies. It'd be something you would do more later on, canonically, because of the whole warlords and everything that happens. But it would still be cool to implement something like that in. I don't think we ever would be able to, unless we have just a gob of Imperials that show up. But it's still something to think about. All right, let's not bring everything so cool. Yeah, it would make sense to splinter it. Unfortunately, ooh, freighter convoy. Let's find it. The Empire definitely needs the most people, and I would never do anything like that currently because of that. But if we ever do get to the point where we have a nice major Imperial group, it would be a fun thing to throw in the mix. One of the things that I wanted to do at the very first event that I didn't do was I wanted to be the Imperial that was such an Imperial, such a jerk Imperial, that the Empire offed me. That's a story element that I haven't gotten to play around with yet. And I think it'd be a lot of fun to do that. My goal of the character, which ended up being used by a different NPC, which was the Director Earl Hyde, and I wanted to play an Imperial that made the Imperials sick of him. And I think it'd be a fun element to throw in at some point, where the Imperials are get disgusted of this guy, and that's not really a major story thing. That's just a thing I would like to do. A major story thing that I would like to hit at a different event. How do I say this without spoiling too much? What's down here? Let's go see what that is. At face grasp, you turn on other M's that had heat. Yes. That's hilarious. How dare you? Alright, what's happening? Is this the freighter convoy? I don't think I like this, the freighter convoy. These are just regular ships, I think. Alright, we're calling everybody else over here. I thought I left you behind. I guess I didn't. Break the station. Hey, what are you guys doing back there? Get up here. Everybody get up here. Go poke it. Poke the Yanks. I love the fact that this ship speaks German. It's an aspect you get to see it in Star Wars vaguely every once in a while. And it's a missed opportunity. They should do more with language stuff, but more of the I don't understand you with language stuff. And they give everyone protocol droids or the ability to understand everything. And that's kind of a shame because you wouldn't be able to. The Star Wars galaxy is so big. So many species, so many planets. Break it all. Whatever you can shoot, break it. Break it. Find those freighters. That's a Corvette. That's not a freighter. That's a frigate. That's a frigate. It didn't break anything. I've lost train of thought again. Hey, the station broke. Long live the Empire. Yeah, that might be a thumbnail. Okay, well we broke their fleet there. That really helps secure the core worlds. We still have a problem possibly here, but I don't think these have been taken by anybody. I think these are all. Let's build some probes. Make some probe droids. Who can build probe droids? Where do I build probe droids? How does one build probe droids? That's not a probe droid. I know I can build them over here at Balmora. How do I build probe droids? Balmora, build me probe droids. Balmora, build me probe droids. Find the button that builds. Oh wait, I was building stuff over here. I was building fleet things over here. Let's build. Grab one of those two. Let's take Forost. I feel like Forost is important. Vader. Whoops. Vader. Nope. Vader. Click on Coruscant. Click on Coruscant. Vader, what do you got? You don't got a lot. But let's go. Can you take it? What else you got? We've been doing this about 2 hours. If you guys are done talking, I can... 9! Okay, maybe we don't take that planet right now. Foros, the core planet of the Koros trunk line between Quar and Kakalias, orbited shipyards. Oldest... It's a Republic shipyards. I want it! I want it! Story beats you wanted to do but just couldn't make happen. I don't think we're gonna beat this. I don't think. That is cool. That is super cool. Come on, I want to see this. Come on. Pivot. Pivot! That is super cool. Yeah, we're not fighting this. We're scouting it with a couple TIE fighters. Story beat that I wanted to do but just couldn't make happen. There's a lot of story beats that I have kind of done, but I haven't done them to their full potential. One of those would be the Crusher storyline with the Imperial Interdictor Cruiser. I feel like we didn't really get to utilize it to its full potential. Geez, is that one of those invincible like ships with like the 3 or 4 dreadnoughts built around it or something like that? Let's go see what that is. There's... What's shooting you? Oh, the station is shooting you. What's the station? What's the station? What type of station is this? Is it just a ring of guns? That is super cool. Whatever it is, it shoots at me. Alright, let's go see this. I want to see this massive, like, holy cow. What are you? You're different. A Renodon carrier. CSA. Unavailable because the Tonfalk carrier was unavailable in the free market. So the Taggy company was hired to design a similar alternative. Copying the Tonfalk, but change his appearance to avoid suspicion. Copy my homework. But don't make it look like you copied my homework. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Fly faster, guys. You guys really need to fly faster. It is one of those. It's one of the Invincibles. Heavy cruisers. Those things can be a pain in the Thrawn trilogy. How bad are they in this one, I wonder? I don't know. We're not going to fight that. All right, story beats that I wanted to couldn't make happen. So like I mentioned the IS director that I didn't get to do, where I wanted to be this bad director. Um, I didn't get to do um most of the um Arc Hammer stuff. Most of the Dark Trooper quests we've never been able to complete. Um, there's been a huge portion of the hut stuff. Pretty much everything hut related has been a failure through a lack of NPCs or just things not working out with people having to quit last minute. Um, I had a whole bunch of stuff planned with the huts in terms of money at the last event where we were having the huts were going to earn money. They were going to be able to spend those credits on other things and do spice runs and all this stuff. And it's never worked. So one thing that I'm focusing on at Echo's Resolve is the huts. The huts, for my planning purposes, are being treated as a third faction level with the Rebels and the Imperials when it comes to event planning. And the huts have their own town. They have a whole bunch of stuff that they get to do that are just hut based. Because we've really underutilized huts, because especially in the Star Wars galaxy, so we are in this area, right, in the GCW universe. This is hut territory. This is all hut stuff right here. This is all hut stuff. And the huts really don't like people touching their things. And so, wowzers. My nose is bound determined to be a problem. The huts don't like people touching their stuff, and we haven't been able to utilize that. And a lot of people want to do stuff like they want to do Black Sun, they want to do the Pike Syndicate, they want to do all these criminal organizations, and people want to be their own crime lords and such. But if you don't have an organization that is the forefront and the big name on the block, it kind of pales and nothing happens with it. Basically everything hut related has been a problem and it hasn't happened yet. Anything from Legends you think should be made canon again? From Legends you think should stay gone forever? So there's a catch-22 that I constantly discuss with myself is the Yuzong Vong. So the Yuzong Vong, if you don't know in Legends, were this intergalactic race that like 8 planets and stuff. They came from outside the Star Wars galaxy into the Star Wars galaxy. And it would happen after, like, I think it was 30 years, 40 years after the Battle of Endor or Battle of Yavin, something like that. I forget exactly when it happened. They showed up, caused major chaos damage. A lot of people died. Planets got destroyed. This is a race that would take a moon ships. They were planets that were starships. And I think the ideas of them are kind of cool. I like the idea of Palpatine knowing that they're out there and him using his control of the galaxy to help prepare the galaxy for what he knew was an eventuality. He knew that Yuzong Vong would eventually hit the Star Wars galaxy, and one of the reasons he created the Empire the way that he did in Legends was to help prepare their defenses. That's where Thrawn ends up. That's where a whole bunch of his resources and stuff go out into the Outer Rim and the wild space to help prepare for it. I love that aspect because it gives more depth to the Emperor and the galaxy as a whole and gets more feelings out there. I don't like the Yuzong Vong though. Yeah, I've never liked the Yuzong Vong. I like what they represent and the possibilities that they put out there. I would like to see them do something with that, where they have another reason for Palpatine taking over the galaxy. Because I feel like the current Palpatine, yeah, he's a villain. He's the guy who's taking over the galaxy. He's egotistical and evil and yada, yada, yada. I wish there was a little bit more depth to him. It's just a personal thing. Yes, I'll agree with that too. If the people knew, if Palpatine knew about the Yuzong Vong, why would he not tell anyone or use them? And yeah, it can excuse to say Palpatine had good intentions. It feels, yeah, I'll give you that. I didn't say he had great intentions, but I liked that it added more depth to what he did and why he would do things. Because currently, why does Palpatine do anything in the galaxy? He wants Sith and power, and he wants control. Is that it? Is there nothing else to that? Is he just wants control? I feel like it's boring from a writer's perspective. I think it works. I don't think it's a bad idea. I feel like there's missed opportunities on the writing side. And this comes from me as a novice writer. I feel like they could do more with Palpatine because he just kind of feels like I've taken over the galaxy for control, which is not bad. People do that. It's not terrible. I feel like there's some opportunity. That's why I like the idea of the Yuzong Vong, not the Yuzong Vong themselves, because I really hated reading through some of that stuff. But I like the idea of Palpatine having to prepare for him because it gives more in depth. Palpatine took over the galaxy because he's a Sith and wants control. No, he never had good intentions. That's not what I meant at all. Power and control are great motivators. They are. I will give you that. They are great motivators. I wish there was a little bit more to it. Yeah, take control because just then what? Why does anyone have power? Just take it. Yeah. I feel like the current idea of Palpatine and the Empire. So I like the addition of the ISB. I feel like the ISB has helped give the Empire more depth because they've been fairly boring in my opinion. With the current canon, I wish there was more depth to it. They've done better recently. Andor really helped with that, in my opinion. That entails of the Empire's help, but I want less Sith stuff, right? I think it'd be more interesting if the Yuzong Vong didn't exist and were just a boogeyman Palps created to help people keep scared and give them more power to protect them from a non-existent threat. I like that. That would be cool. That would be another manipulative way of Palpatine using things, because he doesn't use it in the original story either. It's like, oh no, the Yuzong Vong's here. Oh, Palpatine was secretly doing it the entire time. I feel like Palpatine. Whoa, what does that say about Heavy Cruiser? What do I need to do? A Vindicator. Ooh. Forost? I was just there. All right. Well, I guess we're taking the planet then. All right. We're gonna need some firepower. We're gonna lose stuff on this one. This is gonna hurt. We're gonna lose people. You know what? No, we need to leave something here. We're just gonna leave an acclimator. It's just there to slow them down. All right, meet up at Coruscant. We're gonna mass this fleet. Can I build some of those anti-fighter things first, though? Because we're gonna need those. We're gonna need those really badly. Whoops. All right. Just gonna build some patrol craft before we get in on this. And we're gonna take it. We're gonna hit it. I do think there's more interesting things you can do with the Yuzong Vong. Back to that subject. I think you're right. I just like the idea of the Yuzong Vong being more than just the galaxy. I'm not a big fan of how they use the intergalaxy stuff in the Ahsoka series. I feel like that's pretty, I don't want to say lame, but it's kind of boring in the Ahsoka series where they traverse outside the galaxy. I just don't like the space whales, I'll be honest. I think the Purrgil, from a writing point of view, are dumb. I've never liked the Purrgil. I think they're cool as a species. I hate that they've made them such a pivotal part of the galaxy stuff. It just annoys me. For not much reason. I just don't like them. Mainly because in Rebels, when they showed up and won the day for the Rebels, I was sitting there going, no, no, no. But that's my own personal opinion. I wish that we just had more with Palpatine. Partly because of what they did to him in the sequel trilogy. I feel like they wasted his potential so poorly in that. But then again, that's the whole sequel debate, and we're not gonna get into the sequel debate. Should I build another ISD? A Tector Star Destroyer? Do I need a Tector Star Destroyer? No. Do I want a Tector Star Destroyer? Yes. I do have money, so I need to build up some more. I need to build up some more stations. What else builds me? That makes me money. I like making money. You do need a space station. You need to get stuff on the ground here. We need to build stuff on the ground here. Gravener's Palace. Let's grab. Replace what we lost. Let's go ahead and build infantry stuff. Yeah, I don't care if you don't care if the space whales either. I never like this. I like the idea of the space whales of this because it makes sense. You have a species that roams the galaxy. That's kind of cool. Having a species that just roams the galaxy, can use hyperspace. I feel like that should exist in the Star Wars universe. They do so much stupid stuff with the magic space whales, and it's stupid. You should start having different guests to discuss GCW with, hear from different admins. That's not a bad idea, actually. I hadn't really considered that. I started this up because I was doing the Q&As with Chris, 6 Miller Mando, and I always feel bad because we have a list of things that we need to discuss, we want to hit on, and we want to talk to people about and get questions and people from them. And I have a terrible habit of just starting to ramble, as you've clearly probably seen tonight. And I started doing the solo one so I could just start spewing stuff out of my mouth that doesn't take up somebody else's time. But I could look into trying to get some people to hop on and do something different with them. I've considered I play a game because otherwise if I sit here and there's nobody here like the first couple of times, I just don't get anything done. I just sit there and my anxiety kicks in. I just do this for a while. Hi. I haven't had that issue the last couple times I've done this, mainly because Tyler keeps talking and then my brother will send me random questions. All right, let's get one more thing built, and then we're gonna hit Forost. Which other admins? Let's put that. What other admins would you like to hear from? If listening to play Stalker, I've heard about Stalker. I've seen some people talk about it. I heard it was really buggy. But what other admins, if you had to pick, if you got to pick, that would just sit here and ramble on with me, not really like hitting a specific topic like we've done in the past, where we've just sat and, okay, we have to talk about this. Get Liana. Liana, I could get on with that. I could get on with that. See, that's what I've heard. I've heard it's buggy, but people still really enjoy it. I've heard good things about it. I need to play another game like I need another hole in my head. I am addicted to Helldivers 2 right now, and trying to make sure that I don't get on Helldivers and I do stuff like prepare for Galactic Civil War instead has been a little bit of a challenge for myself. All right, we've got a fleet. We've got 2 Star Destroyers, a Victory, a Dreadnought, 2 Acclamators, 10 Patrol Craft, and a couple Gazantes. Not quite the powerhouse that we'd like to see. What else have we got now? Take a stealth unit to Centaurus. Alright, let's see if we can find that one. I don't know that planet at all. Yes! For democracy! I've been playing way too much Helldivers. Up here. Okay, we can do that. There's actually a guy right here. The eyes be looking to that. Give me whatever this is. Perfect. What was I supposed to get for that? Take a stealth unit. I got... fear. Oh, I got money. Sweetums. I like money. I have introduced too many of my friends to Helldivers. It's fun. I wish there was a Star Wars version of Helldivers. Something like, cause I used to play a lot of Battlefront 2, where you play against the AI and stuff, and it reminds me of those types of missions. And I love that kind of style. All right, let's see if we can do that. Reading quest notes and smoothing out my Perla notes. Ordered some bureaucratic paperwork items for us today. Oh, that's gonna be cool. The Perla, the potential for Perla is really cool to me. There's so much stuff that could happen with Perla in the future, especially as events go on and we get more people. Some of the costume stuff that they've been making for Perla is going to be interesting. They're one of the I think it's doing a Mandalorian Perla mix, which is really cool. As from a writer standpoint, seeing people take an idea that I've pitched and turn it into costumes and turn it into something more, just it makes my ego swell. It makes me feel cool, and there's a lot of potential for Perla to do all kinds of story elements that I'm looking forward to them to seeing in practice. I hope this doesn't shoot at us too. Get a sneak peek at the Perla uniform. That should be possible here soon. In one of the BHN episodes, I want to do some Perla stuff. We don't have a lot of footage or anything of Perla yet. I'm hoping to get some here at some point. I need to order the Perla uniform for myself so I can join in the fun at some point. All right, let's bring another Star Destroyer over here. Bring a Dreadnought between the two, and just a ton of anti-fighter. Let's make this true Imperial. Now let's see how much is it the Empire, the Vader cost. Oh, we can still bring in a victory. Just bring a whole bunch of patrol craft, and patrol craft. All right. The Empire is here. The whole bunch of anti-fighter. Mess Perla up, get off on a good foot, and be helpful overall. Yes, you have been you've been doing a lot of Perla work, and I am so thankful for it. Because you took the idea and made it a reality. Because I was like, I want to do Perla, I want to do this thing. And I had no idea how to actually handle it. And then you're like, hey, I'm going to come to the event. I'm going to do Perla stuff. I was like, yes! Because it makes it so much easier on me. And you have a pretty good idea of what I'm trying to do with Perla. Alright, let's get those anti-fighter ships up here in the front. Our TIE fighters, but all 6 TIE fighters. Get up here, TIEs. Let's bring this fleet up here. Stay away from the station. We don't need to fight that. Hey, Liana! Andrea! We were actually talking about you. There's been a request for you to join me sometime in this and just ramble together. But yeah, the Perla, you've done a lot of work with Perla, and I am so here for it. And I cannot thank you guys enough for doing the Perla stuff. Alright, bring this fleet in. if you guys start making some GCW short films, I would be so ecstatic. Um, I I want to do more. We did a short film day at the Rock last year, or a little bit longer ago now, and I wished I could do more. I just don't have the time to do it, which is sad for me because I love filmmaking. That's why I'm started doing the BHN stuff. I love doing that kind of stuff, and I don't get the option to do it. Where are you guys going? Why are you doing what you're doing? Is Bayer in command of you? Stop this. Just stop. Where are you going? Just stop moving. You have guns. Just sit there and just shoot them. He's right there in front of you. Why are we flying throughout the entire space to do this? Come on, guys. I know we're the Empire, but let's fix this. I am looking forward to the body cams on Perla. It's gonna. I'm envisioning the buddy cop stuff where I don't know if anybody remembers this, but there was a fan film years ago that was like a couple stormtroopers. They did like a buddy cop with like two stormtroopers in like I think it was like a Tatooine setting. It was so. Where are you going? What is your name? Oh, it's the Paradox again. Of course it is. Oh no, wait, you're both the same name. That's too bad. I was hoping you guys had different names. I'll have to get you in here at some time. Kelsov is a Mando hired by us. Yeah, his logo is the Perla logo, and it's really cool. I can't wait to see the full costume with it. I was probably the person most openly against introducing Perla at this time, so I do really want to hear more about it, see how it plays out. Weren't you the one in the Discord that was getting not into a fight with Perla, but you and Perla already had a disagreement? I should warn people to be aware of that because they will remember. People will remember you. Oh yeah, and the GCW ball. We were discussing that earlier, Andrea. We were talking about we wanted to do the like a party, a dance. You and I have had this conversation before of having the huge RP moments and just no guns, just us RPing out. Talk about making the meet the style of short videos, showcasing each class and what different abilities look like and affect the game. That would be cool. The kind of like the Team Fortress, meet the heavy, meet the sniper, meet the whatever. That would be really fun. I didn't consider doing something like that, but that would be fun. Somebody else, yeah. It's hard to keep track in the Discord, I'll be honest, but I couldn't remember if that was you or somebody else. It was really funny before the last event with all the Mal gun stuff that was happening in the Discord, and then knowing that some of the Mal gun members were monitoring the Discord and were making notes of who was making comments about Perla, and it was just funny to. Do I have to blow up the whole station? I don't want to blow up the station. Who's left? Who wants to fight? Wait, is there... What's over here? Oh, they have Dreadnought. Wait, is this a Dreadnought? Oh, cruiser. Okay. Everybody. Target. Saying Pearl was a bad idea. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Okay, I'm curious. Expand on that. Expand on that. I like equating Malgun with Perla. It's going to be a legitimate thing at the next Malson event where we have Malgun and Perla, because we want to do the thing with the Guardians at a Fate's Grasp, but it didn't work out because it was essentially an organization that would do what Perla was going to do, or is going to do now, and we never got it off the ground. That quest line completely failed miserably, and so Perla is taking place of that, but still, the Malgun and Perla are going to interconnect at the next RP event in Malston. It's going to be a thing. Too much to type with the 200 letter limit chat here. That's fair. That's fair. All right, let's get that look. Can I get it exploding? What's left? Who is left out here? I don't want to have to eliminate everybody. All right, who has the hunt ability? Hunt for enemies. Go find them. Hunt for enemies. Hunt for enemies. Hunt for enemies. Go. Figure out what. There's another dreadnought. Why do they got so many dreadnoughts out here? Come on, get over there. Go deal with the dreadnought. Come on, guys. So, actually, this is one of the reasons, Zion, why I like the Victory 2. It's shooting missiles. There's a lot of missiles and torpedoes in the stories, in the canon, in, like, the ship designs and stuff. They have so many missiles and such that show up in the lore. We never see them in the movies. And we hardly ever see them in, like, the television shows or anything, too. I don't know why they don't utilize them. I think they're really cool and should be utilized. Siphoning. Yeah, it just didn't work out, the Guardian stuff. Siphoning of Imperial players. That's true. I can see that argument. With the change, I think, for Echo's Resolve, though, with the Empire being in a different state, I think it's the best time, because the Empire has the option. Oh, good, no losses. Look at that. I am a wonderful commander. To cut back to earlier in the episode where I was saying I was a terrible commander. All right, let's bring up what's left of the 313th and Veers. Is there anything new that's been built? We can give them some ATSD now. I left nothing here again. I am terrible at this. Build a couple guys there. Is there anything else? Nothing really has been built, so they're just gonna have to make do with what they have here. And we'll take for Austin. We'll probably call it quits. The problem with the Guardians is I didn't have a 100% concrete set plan. I was just kind of like, hey, I kind of went figure it out, which was on me. I didn't really plan that properly. There was some cool RP stuff that happened with it, but ended up going nowhere. They have AATs down here. Look at that. Yeah, Proton torpedoes, and that's about it in the shows, which is it's just a shame. So the Victory 2 Star Destroyer, which is one of my favorite Star Destroyer designs, has these bays on the side that are just for missiles. And there is huge missile thing. One of the uses of the Interdictor Cruiser is also anti-missile. There is a really cool fan film, an animated fan film. It's called TIE Fighter. I think it's just TIE Fighter, I think it's called, or something like that. And it's animated. It's 2D animated. And they actually show off the Empire's ability to use Interdictor and use their fleet correctly. And, all right, bring in Colonel Krell. Go ahead and bring in some tanks. Bring in Veers. Bring in some more 313th. I need to get some more 313th. They're looking pretty weak. There's not much army left. That is true. The Empire is going to be on the offensive for a lot of things. The difference is that they don't have to hold as much, and so they can mass themselves and do more. Where are you going? Did I tell you guys to leave? Well, I guess we can see what's on the surface here. What's happening? Oh, they've got a shield generator. Can you guys hurt that? Is it protecting anything? There's nothing here. There's a shield generator, but there's nothing there. Let's let the TIEs play with it for a while. I don't even see turbo lasers, which is good for me. And, well, what's one thing about our event series that we can do is it's not... This is interesting. It's not complete, like, Milsim, right? So the rebels are not just fighting the Empire. The idea being with and the rebels are going to have a lot to do. I'm going to try to anyway. They're going to have a bunch of stuff that's not really combat related as well. If we're able to get the space stuff to work properly, they will have a whole bunch of things to do with the... I don't want to say what type of ship, but there's a ship that we are trying to have them be able to fix up and work on, and there's going to be a lot of like splicing and recon and stuff to do with that, which will take them time and stuff to deal with. And the hope of the huts help with the kind of spread of the Imperials and whatnot. All right, you guys need to go over there and help them. You guys stay here. It's your job. You guys stick around here, help Veers. Krell does not need to fight. All right, get those tanks over here. Vader, do you come with anything fun? Or are you just you? I think you're just you. It does favor the rebel playstyle. I will agree to that without a doubt. Oh look, there's some more tanks. Hold down, hold the fort. There are tanks coming. Bring up that AAT. AAT versus AAT. That's not gonna confuse anybody's tongue at all. How you guys doing down here? Oh, there's a dead Imperial. That's unfortunate for them. Look at all these airsofters. Crouch at least. Are you guys crouching? No, you guys are crouching. Okay. Alright. Where are you guys coming from? Bring up those ties. You guys are getting it, but there's like no point to this. Let's get over here. The base has to be over here. That's where all they come from. Are those battle droids? Oh no, those are those infantry droids. Those Hulk droids are fun. What do we got? What's this? Another power station? Civilians. Is there no base? That could be a problem. One of the things the Empire has is a series of quests to go from one sector to the other. So they're not necessarily having to fight the entire field at once. They're more of doing quests in a particular area and then going to another area and doing quests in that area and then continuing along. Defense trooper. Alright, anyone else want to deal with that? Let's bring in some ATSTs. Maximum unit capacity. What else we got? There's nothing wrong with saying stuff. There's nothing wrong with having your own opinions. That's very, incredibly important. That's why I've been telling my people that's true, I forgot about the Juggernauts. That's what I tell my staff all the time of like, tell me what you don't like. Because I will use that information. If people just yes man, you get nowhere. You learn nothing. And then it's less fun. The whole point of the game is to have fun. TIE fighters, shoot the AAT. You missed. Come on, TIE fighters, shoot the AAT. You missed. Alright, bring the TIE fighters back here. You guys are getting too hurt. I'm going to need you for these bombing runs whenever they get available. Alright, are you guys done throwing people at us? Let's go. Move forward. just pull Veers over here. We'll give Veers and the stormtroopers over here. I mean, it's not going to be easy for the Empire. Unfortunately, it never is. My only hope is I'm able to throw enough stuff on the field that they will have plenty of options. And the idea with the sector quests are they go in different directions, and the Empire can choose, like, okay, that way's too hard. We're not going to go that way. We're going to do the quests in this direction instead. And hopefully, with the inclusion of Perla in the town, means that the Empire doesn't have to deal with the town stuff as much. Yes. 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 Give me feedback. I haven't really done events prior to GCW. I did some World War II reenactments that were like 24-hour immersion events that I helped plan for. Bye, Diana. And they're nothing like ATST, buddy. Listen, if you get blown up, it's your own fault. Well, yeah, you were really not looking super. Well, you're doing a lot better than I thought you were. All right, Mom, run this. Fly away, buddy. Not sure where all these guys are coming from. There's hardly anything out here. Do we have those weird bombers again? Have we gotten back to the interesting? Was it the not Avenger? What was it? They're inside the structure. There you go. You guys still didn't destroy it though. No, those are just the regular TIE bombers. I flew right over an anti-aircraft gun. Whoops. But yeah, I don't. Before this series, there's got to be a production plant over here somewhere that I missed as the flyover. I would love to have a massive map on my table. It would make some of my mission stuff a lot easier. If you ever stop giving feedback, positive, negative, then you can assume I hate the event and won't be returning. See, this is also interesting thing. Is it's going to be fun talking to you after the event because you have these concerns beforehand, and what's going to be interesting for me is what was the end result. It's like you come in, you already have those concerns, you have the idea, and so you're going to have a thought process that's going to be different from mine. And that's one problem that I do have with the GCW events is I see it all from the top down, and I hardly get to play and get on the field. So like for me personally, I thought Fate's Grasp was a terrible event. I thought that nobody had fun with Fate's Grasp when I was at Fate's Grasp, because what I was seeing was not fun. But people weren't having fun. I saw a whole bunch of problems, and there were a ton of problems, but people still had fun. And during the event, I didn't see that, and it wasn't until after the event where I basically kind of got smacked in the face and said, hey, stop it, because we had fun from some of the players. Yes, next one's at the Rock. That's the one in April 12th and 13th. I've been telling you, Jacob, you're coming, right? Zion, I will keep hitting you with that. Come on, make it my birthday present. I will bully you if I have to. All right, well, we took that planet. That was impressive. We didn't take very many casualties. Perhaps I underestimated you. In any case, I am reassigning troops to replace those you lost. Try not to lose these. Listen. What is the Vindicator, though? Vindicator Heavy Cruiser. Tension to replace the Dreadnought. The Imperials. You can't replace the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought's been around for like 300 years. Reality is less multi-role than planned. Vindicator functions as a long-range fire support. Weak armor and shielding. Set for enemy gets too close. Okay, gotcha. All right. Now we have a better line to this part of the galaxy that we have to now defend. So we're doing great. We have made 0 progress towards the Baxel sector. The headshot immunity, I feel like it's... I will agree with you in being concerned when it was announced. I was afraid it was going to be very much abused. I was pleasantly surprised and impressed that players we haven't had a lot of issues with it. It's been fairly useful. So I will go with that. We will talk about that, Zion. If you come with maps, you'll be even more of my friend. Not that you aren't my friend now. That sounded bad. Okay, state of the galaxy. We don't need this massive fleet in here. Let's go ahead and break this back up. Let's break it up into proper full Star Destroyer with a couple of these boys. And we'll make this a defense group. Let's send this one over to here. Because this one's got a fleet here that's still useful. So this one's pretty safe. It's just got a dreadnought there. This way they have to come through Kawat. Not super concerned at the moment because we have a fleet down here. We'll grab another ISD with some patrol craft and put it at Frisia. Let's grab Vader. Actually, we'll just make this Vader's fleet for now, and we will put this one. Oh, we got the Tector. We could put some stuff over at Tector. Get me on an episode, and I'll spend 2 hours ranting about the concerns I had. Turned out to be unfounded, but the concerns that I had that were founded. Dude. Oh, man. Are you still talking about Fate's Grasp? Because Fate's Grasp was... I could talk about Fate's Grasp for a while. I all but tried to quit GCW for Fate's Grasp, and then I pretty much got told that I was an idiot. Because I thought Fate's Grasp was terrible at the event. Let's go ahead and grab some more patrol craft. Put some patrol craft aside. We'll leave Vader with some of these specialized things. Let's grab one of those, Dreadnought, those, that. There, let's leave Vader with that mess. This group will go over here, and we'll make a fleet starting over at Commentar. We're going to grab that Tector. Alright, we're making progress. Go for it. Roundabout Fate's Grasp. Go for it. I was getting ready to call it quits, but let's go. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Did I send the wrong fleet? I sent the wrong fleet. Whoops. Okay, well that fleet's good. Ah. So that's what happened. Well, I'm going to deal with that real quick. I didn't have anybody there. That must be a space-only one. Alright, Vader, hit it. Yeah, it's true. That's true. So, Fate's Grasp, for me, was... It started out well. It started out pretty okay with, like, the prep and stuff. I thought we were in a pretty good spot when we started to the event. Get to the event, start setting things up, and Friday's not bad. Setup goes pretty well. I thought we were in a good spot. Saturday morning hits, and as soon as that rainstorm hit, on my end, everything just shattered. Like, it was just, everything was just terrible. Everything broke. The skirmish system failed. The quests started failing. We had a bunch of the NPC problems flare up, and it was just this chaos mess. And I was so over it by the time the event was over. Well, I have a lot of firepower, not a lot of anti-ship stuff, so let's hope. Let's hope they don't have a lot of anti-fighters. Because when it ended, I thought it was. I was afraid that people didn't have any fun, and then I saw certain stories about the people having fun and stuff. Because I saw like the Hut stuff failed, the Guardian stuff failed, a whole bunch of the Imperial missions just didn't happen. Um, the Rebels eventually got to do the Crusher mission, and so that one I knew worked. But it just felt like it was just chaos everywhere, and nothing was functional the way it was supposed to. Granted, I am an admin, and so I'm seeing everything from a different perspective of everybody else. Where are you guys? There they are. No, where are you going? Where are you going? You guys don't want to fight this? I only have 2 Star Destroyers. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. I may have to. I think I've been asked to hop on. I think Zion wants me to hop on Halo. I don't know if I can, Zion, because it didn't want to work last time. I tried to open it up the other day and just crashed my entire PC. I'm not sure what was going on with that. All right, let's quickly bring over the 313th again. We're going to take this back. I need to leave troops on the ground, Willis. Leave troops on the ground. Put guys on the ground. Otherwise, they're going to waltz in there, and they're going to take it all from you with stealth units again. We don't want that. We don't want them to use stealth units against it. Because stealth units are a pain in my tush. And then we will take this fleet. We're going to take this fleet over to Corellia. I want to... No. We're going to leave this one over here for now. Of course Helldivers works. Helldivers always works. Alright. Hit me with anything else. We're going to take Cato Nemoidia, and then we're going to call it quits. Unless somebody gets me ranting again, in which case I may never shut up. Kind of surprised Scarab hasn't sent me a ton more. Learn about Fate's Grasp. Go for it. Alright, everyone here? We did bring some more 313th guys up here, so there's a little bit more army here to help out, so. They have Z95 headhunters on here. That's fantastic for me. Not. Let's figure this out. They have how many? Oh, this might not be good. We're gonna lose people. This one's gonna we're gonna have casualties. I need an anti-fighter. Somebody find me a build platform like now. We need a build platform to hide behind. I need a build platform somewhere just to hide at. Look at all that air power. Oh my goodness. Do you have an anti-fighter thing that you can build? I hope you do. Somebody find me a build platform. For the love of everything in the galaxy. Otherwise, we're going to be beat to death by... How did you guys already have this? Oh, this is not good for the Empire. In the slightest. Okay, this could be a problem. I may have to... Alright, can you guys build... What you guys can build? Repair station. Concussion. Sensor node. Sensor scrambler. Whoa. That's not gonna help us much against all that firepower. Jeez Louise. Alright, grab me another group. We're gonna have to go squish that. We're gonna have to have a bunch of infantry and hope we can eventually just shoot them down with sheer numbers of fire. Do I bring Veers in? I feel like I don't bring Veers in. I feel like that's a way to waste Veers. Those two TIE fighters are going to get squished, but we're going to try them anyway. Alright, let's move that group down here. Build platform anywhere. Please, a build platform. Where's my TIEs? Come on, TIE fighters. They have an anti-aircraft over there. Calm off of it. I want that. I need that desperately. Jeez Louise. This is going to be a hard one. I suddenly stopped talking about GCW because this just got challenging. Oh, they've got shields too. Look at all that swarm. That TIE fighter's toast. Those TIE fighters are so toast. No, we're gonna fight it. Luckily, they're not swarming me right off the bat. Build platform. Go for the build platform. I need that build platform. That's kind of a cool outfit. The Nemoidians. It's got kind of like the historical armor pieces on the side and such. Everybody get up there. I'm calling the ATSTs. Everybody just run. I need you guys to build anti-fighter. And then we're just going to huddle around it. We're all just going to huddle around it and hope that it works. If we could assimilate this in GCW somehow. I mean, we did that I think the first event where we just had people walk around with thermal detonators and throw them to simulate TIE fighters. And it's really pathetic. It doesn't help immersion at all. But I wish there was a way where we could do that. Oh, they shot it. Jerks. Come on, give me a chance to build this. It's gone. Come on. Alright, we're going to split up since the guy's this way. They're not doing as much damage as I feared. I don't think we've shot any of them down yet, but they're not hurting. Tagging cannons. It's just a bunch of tagging launchers. I heard that, Russ. There's just rockets. Oh boy, it's getting... Okay. Here comes this armored march. See, this tank is a tank design that could be built. I think somebody was trying to build it once upon a time. Expensive insurance wouldn't sign off on it. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of fun ideas that you can have. But insurance is a thing. Can you guys take that one and then use it for yourself? Come on. Where are you going? Oh, you're dead. Then we got flak. There is so much anti-air here. The realistic fear of having to deal with anti-aircraft everywhere you walk. Call in more people, I guess. This one's gonna hurt. Jeez. Well, I don't want to risk Vader. That Star Destroyer is very important right now. We're losing numbers quickly. They're not losing anything. Alright, can you target? Thank you. Alright, let's bring these guys up. That's our last chance. We lose these guys and pull them back. Bombing run available. What's not going to do us a whole lot of good. There's anti-aircraft everywhere. And of course, there's a bunker cannon right here. That, however, the bombers who are coming the long way are going to deal with. Oh, we've got the... Well, that did us a whole lot of good. You know what? Nah. Everybody get back. I'm not dealing with this. I need to find some sort of anti-fighter capabilities. Everybody get back over here. Everybody get back here. Where do I see GCW in 5 years? Well, GCW in 5 years can go one of two ways. It's either going to explode in popularity even more, and we're going to have massive, massive events, and we're going to have hundreds and hundreds of players every time. It's not going to be an issue. Or we're going to hit our peak here the next year or so, and the novelty is going to wear off, and we're going to kind of just all lose interest. We're going to hit burnout, and that will be pretty much it. It will exist, but it will just be a shell of its former self. I think that we're going in the direction of constant hype because a lot of people seem to be enjoying it. We've got a really good team put together on the back end side of things. Run. Just run. Just run. You guys are just toast. Everybody just go. Get back here. That's what I think. I want it to be the second option. I want it to be the option. Is that a Tauntaun chasing us? Shoot the Tauntaun. Shoot the Tauntaun. Shoot the Tauntaun. Thank you. Now you can leave. You're just an Imperial going back, being told to retreat. You turn around, there's just a rebel with a pea shooter on top of a Tauntaun just chasing you. You ain't leaving my planet yet. So there's 7 people here. Is later in the day more productive? I feel like we have the most amount of people right when I'm about to get off. Every time. That's just the world. Big name like Milson West. Oh man, that would be so cool. That's one event series I've never actually gotten to do. I wanted to do Milson West. The problem that I had... Okay, hang on. Let me sacrifice... Who's my sacrificial lambs? Who's running back in there? You. Run. Give me visuals. I'm going to blow that up just to make myself feel better. The Milson West is a series that I've always wanted to do. The problem I have with Milson West is the problem that I am trying to make sure that GCW doesn't have, and that is elitism. I I've always wanted to do GCW or Milsom West. I find it very difficult to get into Milsom West because of how elitist they are. I've met like the head admin, I've met some other people that have gone there, and that sort of like, I'm better than you because I do Milsom West and I have all these standards, make it difficult for me to go in there. Um, which is a sad thing to me because the idea of Milsom West is really cool. And it just, I don't know, I've lost interest in that as a person who was huge into the Milsom immersion side of things. It's kind of sad. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I unfortunately quit doing a particular World War II reenactment series is because um, this group that I was in that was starting this event up. The event's a fun event. It's a like a 5 day long event. They do a lot of really cool stuff, but the problem that I have with it is they don't they don't make it easy to get in. Such a high bar of entry that the new players find it very difficult to join in because the standards of their uniform reserve are so high, there is zero leeway. And I enjoy the idea behind that. If you have this important event, everyone has the perfect costumes and stuff, the idea and the end result would be really cool. The problem is you throw away a lot of potential players, and you make people turn away from it. It has taken that event series, I think, 5 or 6 years to put on a large enough event to, in my opinion, be worth it, because they've made it so hard for players to join in, and I feel like it's a waste. I'm not saying that the event is bad, because there's a lot of love that goes into the event, but that event just irritated me because you throw away new players, you make it hard for your event to grow, and if you're not bringing new people in, eventually it's going to die out, or it's jeez. Do I have anything as anti-fighter that I can build and bring in? Outside of like spamming a bunch of just TIE fighters. I could just spam a ton of TIE fighters. Are there... That's what we're doing. I got money. Just a whole bunch of TIE fighters. Pretty much. You know what I'm talking about. Some of the World War II guys are so nitpicky when it comes to costumes. And I get where they're coming from. I want to specify that. I get where you're coming from in that instance where you're trying to create the perfect experience, the perfect LARP, where everybody's costumes are perfect. Everything is exactly as it is historically. I get it. I think it's a cool idea to have. Reality is not that simple. And reality, and I'll use the historical context, and a lot of people like to use the manuals that you get for like a unit. And for example, I do 1st Canadian Parachute Battalion World War II reenacting, and the manuals are very specific about the footwear that they use, that they're issued. They're issued ammo boots. However, there is a ton of historical context and proof of them wearing American Cochrane's boots, and there's a whole reason why some of them wore that. And there's this huge debate on whether or not, as a 1st Canadian Parachute Battalion member, I could wear ammo boots or Cochrane's. And it's a realistic debate that has split groups because of this shoe thing. And I think it's dumb that it's so controversial, because in war, in anything, supply is a thing. So the supply chain is realistic. You're going to have issues. No army unit that is combat effective looks 100% perfect all the time. You look at anything modern day, no unit looks 100% perfect if they're in the field because you don't have everything. You don't have access to everything. And people who are so nitpicky about their costumes lose that realistic sense. Like I think like stormtroopers should have a little bit of dirt on them. You should have like a puck mark or a scratch mark and stuff. Having a bunch of clean cut shiny stormtroopers would be cool to see, but not realistic. Even in Star Wars, they're never completely 100% shiny if you see them on the field. And that idea of you have to be, that's one of the reasons I struggle with some of the 501st stuff too. But the 501st is a little bit different because they have a specific thing that they're looking for, but they're still annoying to deal with because if it's not 100%, 100%, you're not in. And it just bothers me because I feel like being so nitpicky is a problem. Magic screen accurate kits and faction appropriate blaster kits have 4 player. Yeah, it's not realistic. I get the idea what people are going for with it, where you want to be as movie accurate as possible, and I think it's really cool. If you're able to do that, do it. But most people don't have time to do that. Most players, especially GCW players, we have a life. We have regular things happening and can't spend all of our time on one thing. I am one of those people who have issues because I do World War II reenacting. I do GCW. I do different hobbies and such, which takes up time. And my costume wardrobe has not changed like everybody else's has. Other people have way better costumes than I have because they've been able to put time and effort into it, and I just haven't had the ability to do that. We got a lot of money. We should build. Can I build interdictors yet? Let's build number 3 to build interdictors. I want interdictors. I got money to burn. Yeah, 4 of us have. Some of us fools have like 4 different life encompassing hobbies. Dude, I shouldn't do some of the hobbies that I do. It is a problem. I don't like saying no to hobbies. And I have had family interventions where my family have come up to me and go, "Hey, you need to stop. You need to stop doing hobbies. You have too many." And I go, "But I don't want to. I like my hobbies. I like doing cool things." If I was a rich man. Let's do some tech stuff. We have some money to spend. And then let's build more population centers so we can build more people. Alright. That is where I think we should end this tonight. Keep the barrier of entry low, but encourage people to strive higher and help them along the way. Yes, and I think we've gotten a good place in GCW where we're to that point. If I were a rich man, I would have no time. That's very true. That's very true. Why can't you land? Get on the surface. Thank you. Hunt shipyards. Emperor is very disappointing. Yeah, I know. What's my fear level at? It's probably terrible. I have so many failures. 0 fear value. Oh, man. We're almost 100 weeks into the war. GCW. Whoops. That's not the right button. Go ahead and do a save real quick. I unfortunately got out of milsimming. I hit a point where I got to do American Milsim. I got to do a couple of really cool events, but I wasn't in a really great spot physically or financially at the time, and so most of the events I was going to were I was being helped along. I was getting tickets, and I was being given other things to go to these events, and I didn't like it, and I kind of quit going because I didn't like having other people help me along. I felt bad about that. Now I do GCW all the time, instead of airsoft. And I hardly ever airsoft because I spend so much time doing GCW stuff. There is a table behind the backboard that is just covered in papers. There's a pile of paperwork over there. There's stuff all over my walls, and I just spend all my time doing that. And I don't get to play airsoft as much anymore, and I kind of miss it. But I also am not a great airsoft player when it comes to actual combat, so it kind of works out. I have just as much fun doing LARP now, if not more fun than I did back doing Milsim Airsoft. I do miss Milsim Airsoft because the people were a lot of fun, but we have the same type of people in GCW. I just like the RP. RP is fun. Being able to tell stories. I'm a person who likes theater. I like writing, and so being able to tell stories with other people is just so much fun. Due to keep me from burning out, I have no idea. I've got that's why I call the NPC management staff. I jokingly will call it the Rain Cloud support team. I am very terrible at letting other people help me in some areas because I'm always worried about throwing it off to somebody else. Like, well, I could do it, so I should just handle it myself. And I'm really bad about letting other people handle stuff for me, because when I do let other people handle stuff for me, my knee-jerk reaction is just to go, okay, here, figure it out. I'm really bad about that. And that's a me thing. I'm not the best man for the lore job or the management job because I'm not a great organizer of people. And that's why I find it funny that I have ended up in the position that I have with GCW, because I am an admin because I asked too many questions when the event was first starting out, and 6-Minute Bermuda Bando didn't have the answer to all of those questions, and so he just said, hey, you figure it out. The reality is most of my overarching plans change anyway, because I change all of my plans to fit what has happened in the games. And so I have an idea of what's going to happen next event, and I have overarching stories and stuff, but they're always dependent on what the players do. So if the players follow through with it, I continue with it. If the players don't follow through with it, that storyline normally gets shoved to the side, and I just use aspects of it and props from it for other storylines and stuff in the future. One of the things that makes me panic the most, but yet also makes me enjoy it the most, is just kind of weird. It's the most anxiety, but it's also kind of the most fun, is in the middle of a RP event and just having this isn't working, or this team isn't having fun, or this team's done with their objectives, and then having to pull out stuff from thin air to make a quest. It stresses me out to no end, but it also makes me have the most fun in those moments for some reason. At Ambition's Toll, or the Fate's Grasp, where the Mando Clan Vorpan came up to me and they're like, hey, we're out of stuff to do. We're kind of bored. Our quests, our props and stuff are broken. We're not able to do the story stuff we were supposed to do. Do you have anything for us to do? And I pulled something out of thin air to give them to do. It was one of the contingency quests that I've been creating. And they went off to do this quest. And I walk in the cantina and I get to see the fruits of my effort as this group of Mandos, big tough Mandos, the scary Mandos, are in the cantina trying to figure out how to beg this lady to give up her alien child so they could rescue it and protect it from the Empire. And she's in the cantina, and it's all of these guys with their armor, their rough and toughness, just out of their element, trying to convince this woman to give up her alien baby so they can protect it. And it was hilarious to watch, and one of my proudest moments as an admin, just watching this go down. Oh, man. Most overarching plans, that's why I started the Codex, which most people won't get to see right away, is trying to write those stuff down so people can see those either. That's one of the issues that I have, is getting the information from here out to everybody else. I'm still not good at it. I'm way better than I was at Survivor's Endeavor. Nobody had any idea what was going on at Survivor's Endeavor. I didn't really know what was going on at Survivor's Endeavor. More people know what's going on now, but I'm still terrible at writing stuff out and presenting it to people, and that's something that I struggle with. Biggest thing for me when it comes to burnout is I have like personal life that sometimes gets in my way, and the biggest thing for me is seeing the community still interacting and still doing stuff and being able to come back into it, especially when it comes to my staff, because those are the people that help ground me when I have issues. And that's the real savior from burnout is community. And that's true for anything. But GCW is fun because we actually have a pretty fun community. Oh, man. 3.5 hours. I did it again. Maybe I do need to start making sure I have something after the stream, because otherwise I will just stream if there's people chatting. Any last notice? Oh, I got a text. I never replied to that one. I apologize. What's the last stream question you've got for me, Scarab? This could be interesting. Uh-oh. My phone's not pulling up the question. There it is. Oh dear, you sent it twice because I didn't answer the first time. My bad, Scarab. Whoops. What do you think is the most prominent kind of freighter for the galactic economy? Simplicity states clarify freighters to light freighters, including the YT 1300 medium freighters, BF 101 bulk freighters. Light freighters are small, often customizable ships capable of being piloted by a small crew or fewer. They excel at supporting remote communities such as mining settlements, colonies, local villages, on rural or mostly uninhabited worlds. Medium freighters are larger, slower, and usually less suited for customization and combat. You sent me a book again. They are often used to transport large amounts of single kind of items, such as an alloy agricultural product, across great distances. Bulk freighters are the huge vessels, some even bigger than Star Destroyers, which transport massive amounts of fuel and other supplies to metropolises and shipyards. Which of these freighter types is most important for the galaxy to function the way that it does? Oh, man, that's a toughie. Because they each serve a very important role, right? You can't have bulk freighters without light freighters. You can't have one without the other. They're all important. Scarab does write lore for me. He is the guy that does most of the ship designations. I had done a little bit of it, and I was like, I want to do more of this because it's a really fun thing to do. And then I just got documents. Like he's been figuring out like the proper shielding and hull plating and stuff like that. The stuff that I want to spend time doing, but I don't have time to do. Some of that stuff's gonna be fun for players to interact with on the field. I think that the most important one is the light freighters because of how you get the initial supply force. Because you can't do medium and bulk freighters without light freighters. You have to have the small one in order to make the bigger ones possible. And so I would say the lights, especially in the outer rim. Now, in the core worlds, I feel like bulk freighter is going to be more important because you are shoveling massive amounts of supplies around. Not so important. All right, we're already saved the game. We're just going to go back out to the living soon. So if you're out here, and we're out here, right? We're in this part of the galaxy. We're in the Baxel sector. We're in the far reaches. Bulk freighters are not as important because you're not moving that much cargo. A team of assistants. That's kind of what I've been trying to build. Over here, you don't need that as much. There's not as many resources. Jeez, it wheezed my nose. There's not as many resources to move. Now you get farther in, and there's more resources. Now, there are differences in that when it comes to certain planets like Kessel, where you are moving mass amounts of stuff. You would be using more bulk cruisers from like Kessel and medium freighters from Kessel because you're moving large amounts of quantities of materials. Most of the galaxy doesn't get access to large amounts of materials, though. So the smaller vessels, the lighter freighters, are going to be more important. They're the ones that are bringing those smaller things, the food and the regular supplies, through all these stations and such. I just started going somewhere because I was about to go with spaceships and the supplies you would need to build spaceships and differences in that's a whole this discussion that I don't feel like I should probably get into tonight. And I care why, because I don't know. I'm a weird person. the lore. The funny thing about lore in the Star Wars galaxy is, if it wasn't for GCW, I wouldn't care as much. I got really disillusioned with Star Wars when the sequel trilogy started coming out. I just didn't care as much anymore. And then GCW happened, and I'm like, okay, I have to keep up with the lore. I have to keep up with stuff. Fun fact: there is a YouTube channel that I recently came across called Neurotics Lore. Is it Neurotic? Nerdox? It's something nerdy. Nerd something. And I found it when I went to Texas, and I found like the 6-hour video of just capital ship specifications. And this guy goes into all sorts of detail about capital ships. And I'm sitting on an aircraft flying to Texas, and I'm watching a YouTube video on my phone that has starship schematics from a Star Wars galaxy. The people next to me are watching movies and television or reading books, and I'm looking at starship schematics for a universe that doesn't exist. I feel like there's something wrong with me. Yeah, like our trucks, trains, and container ships. Yeah, that's the lifeblood of how things function. So that's my answer. That's the long version of the answer. I think the light freighters are the most important because they're bringing the things, and it's oftentimes the light freighters bring stuff to the place where the medium freighters are, and then the medium freighters take stuff to where the bulk freighters are, and the bulk freighters take that stuff to the core worlds or supply chains. The supply chain is an item that I wish I could implement into GCW because supply chains are the most interesting facet of the galaxy to me, or even like historical stuff. The supply chains, historically, they're the most important thing. Armies win battles, generals win wars, yada yada yada. Supply chains win everything. If you don't have a supply chain, you don't win. If you don't have a supply, are we prepping a Helldiver squad? Is that what we're doing? I'm so down. The supply chains are the most crucial part to any civilization, historical or fantastical. They're the most important thing. You can have armies, you can have all this stuff. If you don't have supplies, you can't win. Troops, yeah. Limiting back to ammo supply chains, change to starting amounts of. I kind of am playing with that. We're going to be playing with a little bit with the limited back to supply at the start of the event to simulate, hey, you're at the end of the galaxy. I mean, the back to, so here I go again. We're over here, right? We're here in the Baxel sector. Bacta is mostly produced. Thysphera? Where's it at? You're over here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, Thyphera. This is the primary production of Bacta in the galaxy. We are nowhere near that planet, and we're out here by a hut space. Most of that Bacta is actually, surprisingly, there is a Bacta cache on Bespin. I don't know why on Bespin, but there's one on Bespin. I found that interesting. That's why it stuck. We talked about doing limited ammo supply at past events. It just doesn't work out very well. I am trying to do that. That is one of my goals. I've got. Oh no! I lost my Jawa sign. I've got these vials. I don't have a blue one right here. Oh, there's a blue one. Like this, right? That I want to make to be the Bacta supplies. And this even says Bacta supply on it. That normally we run out of that stuff and we just have to make do with regular water supplies. But I'm hoping for this one we can make it more Bacta supply oriented and make it all blue. I want to make sure I bring enough water dye and stuff, which can be problematic. Because I want people to have to go to back to stations, and I want the factions to have to go get back to supplies in order to do their back to stuff. But we'll see how that one actually turns out. I have been saying I'm going to get off of this for like an hour now. I thank everybody for sticking around and hanging out and chatting. This is exactly what I would want out of this, is just chatting with people about the event, about Star Wars. You guys get me rambling, I get it out of my system. And you also help me foster new ideas. So I appreciate that. We have done nothing towards the galaxy edge where I'm trying to get. Midwestern streaming. Dude, I'm from Missouri. You're right. I can't argue with it. I'm from Missouri. Each faction gets one large jug of blue back to depend on supply lines. They can start with 2 more, a total of 3. I have a quest to raid supply caches to get more guard space for it to get more. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I will do that. Your flower something on that one? Or am I thinking of a different person? But thanks for hopping on, guys. Thanks for can I still talk if I hit the ending one? Does that work? No. That didn't work. That did not work. That was bad. That didn't work at all. Forgot what the buttons did. Oh no. They're still broken. No. Okay, yeah, I'll send you a Discord message. I'll hop on Helldivers right after this. Right on. Thank you guys. A lot of fun. I will be back here next week. Toodles.